Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
talk about what I was drinking. Oh, yeah, I got my classic Tito's
Yeah, I
with
was gonna say we
Mountain
know you
Dew.
have the handle of Tito's right there.
Oh yeah,
It is not moved.
no, it's nope, nope. It's just sitting there. No, this is my fifth one. This weekend.
Will,
Uh
my
oh.
I'm
brother,
muted.
you are
There we
on
go.
mute.
I've found my button. All right, excellent. So real quick, we're going to go ahead and hit the chats, and it looks like we've got Black Sheep back there in the green room. I am seeing the discussion between our Mrs. Producer and Black Sheep that he's ready to be brought on whenever. So Mrs. Producer, whenever you figure out how you want to get these cameras set up, go ahead and bring Mr. Black Sheep on in while I hit these chat. Oh, hello, Mr. Black Sheep.
What's up?
All right, we're gonna
Hey, can you hear
introduce.
me?
Yes, we can. So, for the folks at home, so welcome to the DJ Roundtable Whiskey Wednesday. For the folks at home who don't know who you are and what you do, who are you? What do you do? And what you sipping on this fine Whiskey Wednesday?
Well, I that's what I'm saying. I didn't need the red carpet intro, but I'm flattered. I do appreciate it because I'm just here for the alcohol. I'm drinking some hazy little IPA, little thing.
Oh
IPA.
snap!
So, yeah.
Hazy IPA,
That's
excellent.
what I'm doing.
So,
Mhm.
so the reason that I ask you to introduce
yeah.
yourself is because we might
Yeah,
have
no
new people
problem.
watching on the replay. We might have people
All
watching who
good.
have never seen you before or anything. I know
Yeah, I
Brendan was
appreciate you.
curious about you guys. Can you give us just a quick little rundown of what do you do with the DGen protocol, and what are you
Absolutely.
guys like goals and things like the little elevator
Well,
pitch?
yeah, I am DJ Product. I'm Crypto Black Sheep. My name's Chris. I'm from Las Vegas. Born and raised here. Yeah,
I am so
basically
sorry.
I created yeah, right. I created the DJ Protocol. It's been called several things throughout the years, but we're just past our 6th year. We're into our 7th year now. We started this December 15th, 2017. And we started with like just a handful of people, like just literally like 5-10 people, and then yeah, it's now like 3,500 strong, and yeah, we've been through everything you can think about in crypto, so we know we can recognize scams pretty good. We try to keep our community safe. We obviously degen, but but we our favorite place to degen is definitely been Pulsing because it's made us a lot of money so far. So yeah, but yeah, that's about our story. We had a project. We started off just before this project. We had a little I would call it our training wheel session. We started off on Kronos and went to BNB, and discovered that was all garbage, and we're we're proud to be here on Pulse Chain.
Hell yeah, bro.
So, yep.
So we'll do
What's up, Donnie?
We'll do
Donnie, he
a
is our faithful Steed developer who's been working strong with us for at least what 2 years or something like that.
2.5, 2.5 years
2.5,
coming up.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Right, time just flies.
it's actually about
Yeah.
July. It's closer to 3 almost now, because it was about mid-year, a few back, that I started hanging out in the group with you. I distinctly remember it was about mid-year at the time. Yeah, but it'd be coming up on 3 years almost.
We've been through a lot too. Like I said, we started back in the BitConnect days. Man, just getting to this point where we can we're starting to see results, especially in DeFi and way everything's progressing so far. It's great. You don't have to trust shit anymore. Just trust the code.
I have a quick question for you, Black Sheep. So I know that you
What's
make
up?
music and you do the stuff, the Hexaco song and the Pulse Chain song. And
Yeah,
I haven't
many
checked out the
tunes, yeah.
Spotify because I don't have Spotify like as an app downloaded or anything. Is your stuff available on like a regular old YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, if you just go to Crypto Black Sheep and you go to my playlist, there's
okay.
there's a playlist in there that has all like the hex songs and basically all the stupid songs that I've written for just about everything that I've been in. But yeah,
Excellent.
you can see more recently it's just been Hex and Pulse Chain. I mean, what else do you need?
All right, sweet. Well, I like that you're using the playlist system because I'm be honest, man, if I try and find a video inside of your like 2000 video anthology, bro, I'm gonna be scrolling for a long ass time.
Right.
Yo, so Brendan, if you don't know, these guys are the DGen Protocol. They stream every day at 4:20
DGen
Western
Protocol.
or 4:20 Pacific. and they do little updates of what's going on over in their ecosystem. Black Sheep's always giving away like these tickets to their lottery system that they have over on their site. They've got this cool thing called the GOAT Protocol. They've got their really cool system where they created NFT validators for people to basically do validating on Pulse Chain at low level caps. So you don't need 32 million Pulse, you just need 500,000. You buy an NFT and then it automatically includes you as like a portion of like one of the Pulse Chain validators and stuff. So they made a whole bunch of cool stuff. We talked about it a lot on Sunday. If you want to like go into a deep dive or look into it, for anybody who's listening to this or anything like that, check out our last stream over on Sunday. We went into a whole bunch of detail. It was super awesome, fun time. But we're here to party and have fun tonight. It's gonna be an absolutely fantastic time. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hop over and recognize the community that we got here in the chats. So let's see. Mrs. Magetta is kind enough to have starred some things for me. First off, we got Joseph Smith. Is Will stuck in his metal cage? I'm not stuck in here, good sir. I choose to live in my shipping container. This place is awesome, though. I fucking love it.
More dry powder, baby. More dry powder.
Yep, you're absolutely right. The reason that I'm living in a shipping container is because I'm getting paid per diem. And so what that means is it's tax-free living expense whenever I'm away from my technical home. And so like my boss is kind enough to like, they pay me per diem irrespective of where we're living. And so he's like, yo, bro, if you want to live inside the shipping container and not have to buy hotels and things, like, I don't care. Doesn't hurt me none.
I've literally seen bros who live in a sleeping bag under their computer desk. Like they barely have a mattress. They have one beaten up pillow, a sleeping bag. They have a camp chair in front of a TV that's on the floor, no TV unit, and that's how they
literally
live.
My setup.
Because that's like,
here's my cot. I have a fucking cot underneath my computer.
But that right there is what they do because it saves them the capital. It's exactly like Brennan was saying. It's extra dry powder. That's I mean, some people do it.
100%, dude. It's
honestly,
the best,
like think about it. Everything that we've been seeing in this bull market. We've been streaming for what 7-8 months now, and everything that we've seen through the bull market is, if you don't have dry powder, find a way to buy it, because you have to buy these low prices. And you have to do what you have to do to get that money in the bank. And look, it takes sacrifice to be successful. I hate to say it. And you have to find what you need to sacrifice to be successful. Not just monetarily, right? It takes sacrifice to look good. It takes sacrifice to be healthy, mentally and physically, right? There's nothing that comes easy and nothing that comes free. You got to work for it. And we've been preaching this for a while now. And, we practice what we preach. Try it.
The best example of this has got to be our boy in the community, Gains by Casey. Absolute shout out to this guy. He is a small business owner himself. He runs a gym, does a ton of community outreach, and then for extra dry powder, he goes and slings pizza in his free time just to make a little extra money to just throw into the market.
That's awesome.
I love Casey. For those of you guys who don't know Gains by Casey, you should definitely go up to New York and work out at his gym. He actually, he was telling us in the chats that he launched his gym using the Alex Hormozi gym launch thing. So when we were doing that book analysis on Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers, we were talking with him. He was like, yeah, bro, I use gym launch. So like the stuff that Hormozi made, it's like, it's real. It's like, it's a part of our community. It's like something that like someone who's very important to us has done and used. But we're gonna get distracted here. I'm gonna hop back to recognizing the folks in the chats. Next up, we got Tam Tam saying, "What's up, fam? What's up, Tam Tam? How's it going? Glad to see you here. This is our number one cheerleader, our number one cheerleader in the Hex space. Man, she's just always posting about positivity and stuff over there on Twitter, and just always shouting out everyone. So, big shout out to you, Tam Tam. Thank you for being here watching with us today. Next up, we got Brown 310. This is our Farmer J, degenerate man. The Black Sheep, you would like this guy. I met him in Vegas when we were hanging out for the crypto mindset meetup that Miguel and Charlie were throwing, and this guy's awesome. But why did you guys warn him? I also had his keys. Oh yeah, so apparently someone who got rugged in the channel. Brown likes to joke around that he's got everyone's keys all the time. So shout out to Brown. Next up, we got Vets
almost got rugged. The channel saved him.
Yes, almost got rugged. So he didn't quite get rugged. So that's excellent. Oh, I should put that. Hey,
long time no see, buddy.
Yeah, Vets in Crypto. So he was just over on your guys' channel, Bang Bang. So big shout out to Vets in Crypto. Man, dude, I really enjoyed being on his stream, and I think, oh man, I can't remember. Do we have him over here on our stream, or man, I'm
we had him
getting
on
so.
stream.
We've had him on.
It was
Okay.
you, me, and Josh.
Okay, that's what I
We
thought.
had
I was
the-
like, bro, there's no way we haven't had this guy yet. This dude's awesome.
Yeah, we
Okay,
did the
sweet.
DRT
Yeah,
vet
so-
stream.
Yeah, so I know Josh was on his stream. I've been on his stream. Have you gone over on Vets and Crypto yet, Zenith?
I am yet to go over, but I would love to go hang out with those guys. It looks like a good time hanging out on stream.
Hell yeah.
Would
Bro,
be
he's
fantastic.
awesome, man. It's fucking great. I love this
Yeah.
dude. So big shout out to Vets and Crypto. Shoot, there was something I was talking. Dang it.
This is a
Oh
place-
yeah, we were talking about
you're
the
keeping
we're
up
talking
with
about the guy
chat.
who got rugged. Yeah. So
Oh.
so the guy who got rugged, whoever that is, if anyone who's in our chats, if you guys wouldn't mind tagging me and like replying to the message and tagging me in it of whatever the tale of victory or the tale of like we saved this guy, like tag me in that message, or I guess I can search the chats and I can find it myself at some point. But I would love to put that in our DGen Roundtable Community Wins channel. By the way, I've made another channel for the DGen Roundtable. It's literally just an announcement thing, and it's nothing but like the wins that the guys in our community get as like a result of either consulting with us or interacting with other people in the community. Just like if they make a fuck ton of money, or if you guys are saved from a rug, or if like somebody gives you some good advice or something, anything that you
It's
guys
a good
think
shot
is
of
worthy.
opium, basically, right, Will?
Yeah, exactly. I want to
Yeah.
see signs of success. I want to see signs of hopium. I want to see like awesome stories being told for people who are like just having a good time. And it could be something as simple as like like, hey, I finally saved up enough money to like make my first DCA, or I finally like got MetaMask figured, like anything that's like some sort of positive message or some sort of like beneficial victory or something. Shoot me up.
For the first
me.
time, I've seen 5 figures in my portfolio.
Yes.
First time
There
ever,
you go.
something like that.
Like anything counts, guys. Send me those messages, send me those stories, and I will save them and I will add them to the Wins channel. But we're gonna keep going with the chats.
Will, real quick, I do not know
Oh, yeah.
who was the guy that was receiving the scam messages, but I do know who was the person that came in and helped him out. It was none other than Wallers from Liquid Loans. The guy
Fuck
just
yeah.
like showed up, came in here, helping everybody out and dropping some knowledge on people. He had a great line too. He said, "Your seed phrase is between you and God, nobody else. Get him out of
I
there."
loved that.
Right.
I love that.
Awesome.
Actually, just about
Yeah.
4 weeks ago, somebody was trying to bridge into Pulse Chain, and he almost blew 10 grand on the bridge fees. We saved him 10 grand on bridge
Oh,
fees by
fuck.
one little Coinbase trick.
Holy
One little
Wild.
shit.
Absolutely
wild.
wild.
Yeah, I need yo. So if you guys know where these chats are, like, send me either like the chat link or reply to it, or send me the name of the person, and I can do all like.
He's in the chat right
detective
now,
work
dude.
and the sleuthing.
It's
Oh, you
Kai.
are? Okay,
Kai.
sweet. It's Kai. All right, sweet. I'm looking at the starred chats right now, brother. If you could send that to me on Telegram, so that way I have a filtered mechanism. I'll also go through and watch the stream later and look for chats. But yeah, so this is another thing, folks. Like, people are busy all the time. The easier you make it for people to do the thing that you want them to do, the better it is. So like, I want to make this as easy as possible for you guys to send information to me. And the easiest way for me to make that possible is by asking you guys to tag me so I see it, because like there's so much shit that goes on in life and everything is busy. But yeah, this is kick ass. Yeah, I see there's 18 missed chats. But anyways, speaking of chats, moving right along, we've got Elaine LePage. So Elaine, man, that sounds like a French name. I think this man is a Francais, or he's down in the Creole land somewhere. Good evening, gentlemen. Absolutely. Yep. Good evening, Alan LePage. Next up, we got Paul Sachs. What's good, fools? Cat piss works when mowing the lawn. Shout out to Donnie for drinking cat piss. That's excellent. Black Sheep, are you sipping on anything on this fine whiskey Wednesday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an
I
IPA
got
guy.
I got the
Yeah, that's
IPA
right.
today.
You got that hazy. Ugh, disgusting.
I
I'm not an
used- I
IPA.
used to
Hazy.
drink it-
Woo!
I used to
Oh, yeah,
drink
you know what I'm-
IPA. I've actually recently
what sound is.
changed up because like I used to drink this IPA called Cooper's Pale Ale, right? Any of the DJs in my community would be able to tell you about how I
Yes.
used to love my beer, right? But actually I've recently changed up because beer was making me fat, like really, really fat, you know,
Yeah,
and
it
I
does.
felt it, you know,
Liquid bread.
putting the fucking belly on. Yeah, oh, absolutely. So anyway, like now I've like cut back. I'm sort of only having these like little 6-packs of premixes each week or whatever. You know,
That's a
cutting down
good,
from a carton to a 6-pack.
That's a good.
Right.
I've heard that going like with clear liquors is less of a weight gain issue, like vodkas and tequilas, but that seems a bit extreme for me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's good shit,
honestly,
man.
I
it's
mean-
true. Vodka and gins generally have like around 80 calories per serving, 0 carbs, 0 sugars. So very clean
Yeah.
liquor. Tequila's the same. Yeah.
There
That's
was a good
Oh.
Ed Sheeran interview where they asked him, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been putting myself on a diet, too much beer." And they're like, "Oh, cool, you just quit drinking?" He goes, "No, I just drink straight vodka and whiskey now."
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Less
that's basically
volume.
me.
There you go.
Having a gluten allergy makes it easy. I stick to wine and liquor mostly. And
There you go.
seltzers.
I heard.
Like the seltzers.
I was watching. I think I was watching either a Sterling Cooper stream or something, but he was talking about how like beer is actually things with high concentration of hops have a lot of phytoestrogens in them. So that's where like
Yeah,
you can.
it's
you can
actually
tell,
beer
like-
is technically beer is technically a woman's drink, based
Yeah.
on like
Oh, great.
like it's almost like drinking soy actually, which is hilarious. But they
Yeah.
market it as a man's thing, so
Well,
it's,
so-
it's actually kind of wild. That's why
Beer
you have
was
so many beer
originally-
belly guys.
Beer was originally
Damn.
intended to be like
Holy
essentially a liquid store of energy.
That's-
So like when you create beer, you essentially turn bread into a liquid which allows it to keep longer. Like, you know, if you bake a loaf of bread, it'll keep for like a week and then it'll start getting moldy and stuff. Like this is before preservatives. And so what they would do is they would take the
So-
grains and they would turn it into alcohol. And it was way lower alcohol content, like back in the day it was like 1% or something. And so people would drink beer as like hey, this is how you maintain energy and this is how you like move around and do stuff because it's super high calorie density. And,
I mean,
and
it's
lots
not
of
so
carbohydrates and
bad.
stuff.
It's not so bad if you're actually doing the exercise and like, you know, you've got the output to burn off what you're taking in. But, you know, the fact of the matter is there are a lot of people who just flatly don't. You know, we live in a society where people are, you know, 9 segments of the day out of 10 sat on their ass, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Calories in, calories out.
that's
If you're in a
it.
surplus, you gain the weight.
So-
If you're lower, then you lose the weight. That's simple math.
So beer's
right.
a girl's drink, and that's why we have so many trannies now, or what?
Probably is.
So listen, so
Damn you,
actually,
Bud Light.
so there's something to
Right.
that, right? So there's 2 things. One is that estrogen is stored in fat cells. So the more obese you are as a man, the more estrogen your body can store. So beer is like kind of like a twofold thing, and specifically hops, like the little things that look like hippie beards or whatever. Those little things, those contain
Uh-huh.
phytoestrogens inside of them. Now it's not a high concentration like soybeans
Interesting.
or like flaxseed or anything, but there's more. Drinking like there's a reason that drinking IPAs is associated with like hipster soy boys or whatever. Is because there's a high correlation between like the more you drink, the fatter you get, and the more hops you drink, the more phytoestrogens are stored inside of your are stored inside of your fat cells. And so like one of the things that phytoestrogens will do is it'll cause like memory increase. So like that's where dudes get like man boobs,
Like,
or like that's where a
you'll
lot
go
of
some
dudes get
tits,
man
yeah.
boobs. Yeah, is from drinking like things. So flaxseed, soybeans, and hops. Those are the 3.
Oh, great.
Like nobody eats flaxseed. Nobody eats that shit. So you don't have to worry about it. But like soybeans and hops, those have high concentrations of phytoestrogens. So if you want to keep your testosterone high and your estrogen low, then you know like do as you wish. But it's some interesting information that and Sterling Cooper was the one who I learned that all from, the famous porn star from Rule Zero.
Damn, we're a health channel now.
All right.
I take
Yeah,
just
I take my
vodka.
I take my vitamin to Vegemin every day.
Vitamin. Or what is it? Oh, that's from I Love Lucy, I think. All right, hang
Very
on, guys.
good,
I
buddy.
gotta get
Very
back to
good.
Anyways,
I
yeah,
gotta
we
get back to
the chat now.
get back to the chats. All right, next up. All right, man, there's 31 missed chats since, and these are just the starred ones. So I'll go
That's
through
all
the live chats here in a second once I get through the start. But grumpy old guy, pull
So,
sex
yeah.
will melt faces this bull run. I certainly do hope so, Mr. Grumpy old
Yes,
guy.
sir.
I hope that all of our faces get melted from these pull sex
Grumpy old
gains.
guy.
Yes,
We shall
sirree.
see, though.
You
I
won't be
have
grumpy
no
for long.
expectations.
Uh,
I have no expectations, but it certainly would be nice for our faces to melt, just like that Nazi guy from what was it, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think. whose face melted after they
Oh,
opened
you said
the
the word
Ark of the
Nazi
Covenant.
and canceled.
Ah, canceled. I
You're
did
extreme
not see that coming.
demonetized.
And Frank,
Right-
Well, I
right
said
as
the
you
word
said that.
tranny.
ones are in bad taste.
Yeah, we already hit that one too, actually.
Brothers.
Oh, snap.
Buddy.
All right, we got a super chat, but I'm gonna read these other chats first, then I'll get to the brothers. All right, next
Oh,
up we got
God.
Fox Mulder talking about bathrooms. It's probably better that you don't know, Fox Mulder. I'm just kidding. We have a shop right next to my shipping container that's like got full amenities, power, service, everything. I live inside of the shipping container because that's the way that works. And yes, the shipping container has electricity. We dug a trench underneath the road, and then laid cable down, built a power box on the other side of the road, and then we plug our extension cords over there, and the extension cords plug into the shipping container. But yeah, so it's
Nice.
not free. You have to pay for it the landowner pays for it, but I don't. Next up, we got Tin Top. What's up, Hexkins? What's up, Tin Top? I recognize that Mandalorian helmet on your profile picture. That is excellent. Next, we got Kai. Let's go for the boys. Hell yeah, Kai. All about it. Kai was the
Thank
one.
God
who,
your bags
who was
were
having
saved, guy.
Yes, this is fantastic. I love it. Yellowtail talking about I paid off my wife's car. Bro, that is fucking fantastic. Especially if it's like a newer or more modern car. If it's an older car, that's still awesome because of like cool mechanic issues. But like new cars are expensive, man. So congratulations on paying off your wife's car with crypto and everything. Next up, we got Wheel Crypto. What up? I want to mispronounce that so bad. Wheels Crypto. Wheel Crypto. I feel like I'm a stuttering kindergartner when I say that. All right, next up, Mind of Tron. Cheers to you, Mind of Tron. Most fantastic. And then Align the Light. No whiskey here, but he's
What's
got
up,
some
buddy?
great smokes. I don't have any smokes with me right now. Actually, I do. I have the cigars that Farmer John and I are going to enjoy. They're right behind this green screen here. So I'm still holding on to them, Farmer J. Still holding on. So we're going to have those smokes at the top of the bear market. And then finally, Brothers 64 with the $10 Justin Bucks Canadian dollar super chat. Unfortunately, can't stick around tonight, DJs, but happy Whiskey Wednesday, y'all. Happy Whiskey Wednesday to you too, Brothers
We love you,
64.
brothers.
Yes, absolutely. We love you guys. Everything that y'all are doing, it is
All y'all.
fantastic. For those of you who don't know the Brothers 64, I'm going to do a quick little shout out for them. Go to Brothers 64 on YouTube. These guys create short little like 60-second videos that are super duper funny. They're really relatable and easy to digest crypto humor for like folks of our generation, people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s who have played Nintendo 64 growing up. They do little like Mario Kart skits. They make fun of Gary Gensler. They talk about buying Bitcoin in a back alley for drugs and stuff. Like it's super fun. And like their content is family friendly and just fun for everybody. So it's absolutely fantastic. Well, maybe not super family friendly because they were buying drugs in the back
The
alley.
old back alley Bitcoin.
But like it's their content is super funny and great. And I guess kids shouldn't be getting into crypto anyways. But you know, shout out to the Brothers 64. These guys are awesome. And then finally we've got Ivan Ramirez. And I heard the Trump bucks on or the Trump coin on Pulse Chain team mentioned they are building upon DRT and have multiple LP pools. Thoughts? I guess if you guys want to make LP pools, then you have to buy the DRT token. And in order to buy the DRT token, you got to get through whoever's providing liquidity. So,
For the
you know,
record,
I am glad
we
to
I was
hear.
just gonna say, DRT is the meme token. We made it
Yes.
to teach people how to
DRT
create their own token.
Yep.
This was never meant to be
DRT
anything other than just a learning experience.
100%.
Although it is pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
The fact
It is
that
pretty
it did a 10,000x is irrelevant. But we started with like 1,000 pulse of liquidity against 69,420 million or 69,420,404 coins. So it's pretty
That number
easy to
still
do
gets
a
me.
10,000x from that point. I don't think we're at 10,000x anymore. We're somewhere around there.
10,000x.
But yeah, if you guys want to build on top of DRT, by all means do so. I love to see it. I don't know how you would do it. I don't even know how coins work. I remember I went to Dex Screener and they're like, "Hey, bro, pay $300 and you can put a logo on it and then you can talk about what it is." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I'll pay $300." And
Oh yeah, you
I
did a
put
good
this-
job with that, by the way, Will.
I put this thing right here, this little background. This is the DRT logo. So if you guys go on Dex Screener and you type in DRT and you see this, well, actually, we should probably drop the correct contract address in the chat somewhere so folks know the correct one. I don't know.
I
There's
can
like
go ahead and grab that
$600
for
of
you.
liquidity.
But yo, Will, Did we hit that 10,000 X
Pamp
like
it.
on stream while we were streaming it?
Yes, that was the point
That was when
when it
Jay
did
was
a
doing the
10,000
chart.
X. Yeah. So if you guys listen to the intro to this chat, when Jay's like, "Oh, who is this DGen?" and I'm laughing in the background, it's because I spent like $300 all in one fucking buy on DRT, and it made the price go like fucking straight up to the moon.
On stream as he's doing TA.
While Jay was doing TA, I made a buy, and the shit was fucking hilarious because it was just like, just like a normal whatever chart, like doing nothing because it's got like $200 of liquidity, and then I fucking dumped 300 in it, and it went way up to the sky, and then a bunch of people sold, and it was hilarious. But
It was actually hilarious because I was the one who said that. Who is this DGen? But freaking that whoa from Jay is so legendary.
Oh, that was you that said that? Oh, okay. I thought it was
me,
Jay
yeah.
who said, "Who is this DGen?" Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, that is my intro for the show. So like when you guys hear me laughing, Jay saying "whoa" and Nate saying, "Who is this DGen?" That was when I was doing some silly goose stuff. So fun fact, that's the history behind my portion of the intro for the show. But anyways, that's enough for all of these. Oh man, there's one more. We've also got Landscraper. Landscraper, welcome to the DGen roundtable. Yo, bro, it's good to see all you guys over here in the chat. Nate has dropped the contract address. Oh, Brown loves that. It could not stop laughing. That is excellent. Nate has dropped the contract address in the chat. So if you guys wish to go buy a coin that means absolutely nothing, that Crypto Sloth was kind enough to show us how to make live on stream, and that somebody somewhere bought 42,690,000 for 2069 or 69 420 or whatever the hell. There's a Poseidon out there who owns a lot of it. There's actually 2 Poseidons, but yeah, it's a super fun coin that means absolutely nothing. You guys should degen responsibly and everything. But moving on to I want to talk today about the I don't really know a whole lot about it. We were talking in the green room before the show started. Nate, do you want to kind of let the folks at home know sort of kind of what happened with the super fun PDAI versus EDAI and people trying to launch projects thing that went on today?
Oh, okay, so Pulse
Oh
launch,
yeah, I heard
right?
about that.
Yeah,
the
you guys
Pulse
will love
launch thing.
this.
I literally, oh my god, it was so hilarious. Well, I don't know if I'm the correct guy to talk about it because I'm just now learning about this as I got home from work, right? But basically, they airdropped tokens to people, and it was supposed to be for EDAI. As far as
Who's
for
the
anyone
they?
who's holding the
It was a
EDAI.
sacrifice, right?
It was it was supposed to be like sacrifice. Actually, Brendan, you're the one who kind of looked into this. I think it would be better for you because I still have to actually go look into it. But yeah, as far as I was hearing, basically, they copied the wrong address over and also included the PDAI rather than just EDAI. So they ended up sending somebody who sacrificed with PDAI. What was it? $635,000 worth of their token.
Yeah.
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 Man,
which was
honestly,
their entire liquidity. That's all they had.
How on earth do you fuck that up, though? I mean,
Well, I mean, it could happen because it's PDAI and EDAI have the exact same contract address. So I mean, I can see. They should have taken into consideration which chain it came off of. If it came off of Pulse chain, then it obviously was the other one. So.
What an amateur mistake, though.
I just want to add one thing to that. Yeah, so they did send 665. And by the way, PDAI wasn't even included in the sacrifice. Like that wasn't even something you could sacrifice for this project. So for them to send that money,
it
makes no sense. And then
Really?
Richard Hart tweets out this morning. Richard Hart tweeted out, it was so funny. I was dying right after this happened. Richard Hart tweets out and he was explaining how to tell the difference between PDAI and EDAI.
Yes.
Fucking perfect.
Richard Hart dunked so hard on him. It was so funny.
That was hilarious.
He didn't mention any names, but everyone knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I learned about this in the green room like before we went live. So for the folks at home who don't know anything about this, who were the guys that made this silly goose mistake?
That was
it was
Pulse
the
launch.
Pulse launch.
It was Pulse launch, yeah.
Okay. And what's their story? What's their deal?
They're a launch pad.
Yeah, it's just a launch pad. There's no. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
I don't know a whole lot about. I know. I know Donovan from DIY Investing is either involved with it or he's pushing it. I don't know, but he's
They're
a
a launch,
good guy. You know, I think it was an honest mistake. You know, but
they're a Launchpad. They
you know, this is
they
good
tried
stuff.
to do their thing, but I guess the radio call at the end of the day was, Houston, we got a problem.
You know what's
Well-
wild is they went from like what was it 700,000 liquidity down to like what they are right now, which is underneath 700 in like a day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this
well,
is so
there's-
funny because I got an airdrop of it because I don't remember sacrificing for it, so I don't know where that came from. But I got an airdrop. I happened to find it. I sold it at 34 cents. I was like, I don't want this. It sucks, and so I just sold. Right. It's currently at 0.002.
Oh yeah,
cents right
there's
now.
a reason for that. There's a reason for that because of the messed up launch. There were some tweets that were sent out by one of the founders saying, "I don't know any other way to do this but to cancel that contract and relaunch altogether." And so now
Right.
there's people working on. Walrus is trying to help him, just out of the kindness of his heart, just to get things sort of squared away.
I just got to point out the irony of, you know, if you're a launch pad and your launch gets fucking nuked.
Yeah. So I don't entirely know what a launch pad is. Like, I hate to be the peanut brain here, but what is a launch
Crowdfunding.
What is a
pad?
launch pad, Donnie? Donnie
It's-
knows
it's
what a launch pad
crowdfunding.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
if
a
you think
crowdfunding platform.
oh, I'm forgetting the name of it, but basically, yeah, you have a project that you want to put together, and then you go around asking people, hey, invest in my project, and then people invest in your project with with promises of certain things, not necessarily a financial gain, but that great technology will
Yeah.
come out because, you know, very important to, you know, say that. But then, yeah, as people are funding your project, you build out the project and then you launch it from that launch pad.
So
Okay.
the TLDR for a launchpad is that you pay for the privilege of being part of the launchpad, in which place a lot of people launch projects, and you have the ability to buy crypto tokens before they are available to the public. AKA, you
Oh.
can theoretically get in at a lower price, so that if you're trying to make a lot of times the game plan is you're trying to make a very aggressive short-term play, which is you are trying to sell immediately after launch.
Yeah.
Because
It's kind of like
to
Pink
recoup.
Sale. That's another version of it.
So
Like,
some
you
Sami
know,
talks
I'm
all the time
sure
about that paid
everybody's heard about
launchpad
Pink
thing. So
Sale.
this is
Yeah,
Okay.
launch pads are a good place to go for like newer tokens and be able, especially in the
Yeah.
bull. In the bear market, they're basically useless, but during the bull market, yeah, people go wild with them.
And
So
then
if you-
look,
Okay.
I was
Go
going to say,
for it.
look, they're important on different chains, right? They add value to the chain, and so launch pads are of
Absolutely.
potential importance to help increase value on the chain. So I'm not laughing at this to say that this launch pad isn't good or what they're building isn't good, but it's just funny how it fumbled
Yeah.
and then are dunked on.
yes.
It's a hilarious
And
fumble,
that's
bro.
all I'm saying. You know, I'm
Well,
not saying
yeah,
that.
Not laugh at it.
There's a lot of irony there. Yeah, no, like I said,
Yeah.
I support Donovan. I think he's a great guy, you know, but everybody makes mistakes. I mean, we have too, so you know, can't,
Yes. Sometimes it costs
Yeah.
$600,000.
Oh god.
you know,
This is
Oh,
actually
man.
the reason why I prefer the Forge over Pulse launch. I don't know. I just haven't been getting a good vibe from them from the beginning, really. So yeah, the Forge for me, I prefer them. Seems more
Yeah,
honest.
Well, our
Yeah.
team has interviewed. I remember Jay talking about the Forge, and I've not watched any of the content that the DGen Roundtable has produced, but we've spoken with them before, behind the scenes, right? Or have we done a public stream with them and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
we've
come
done a
on
couple
Whiskey.
streams.
Shoot, who's the name of the guy from
Mark?
Launch? Mark. Yeah, Mark came on a Whiskey Wednesday and had a pretty good
The
segment
Forge.
talking about the Forge. So the general idea with the Forge is that they're trying to solve one of the problems that occurs, unfortunately, somewhat commonly with launch pads, which is that they have a tend to have very low quality projects a large amount of the time, and they have a tendency to rug. So when you do get a good project that launches well out of a launch pad, it almost kind of feels like a bit of a diamond in the rough. So a lot of people have a bit of a bad taste from launch pads. What the Forge, and I think what launch was trying to do, is that you used a sort of like a less trusting system, not fully trustless, but more of a self-correcting system through the idea of you have like the council, which is people that buy NFTs who review projects and kind of give like a stamp of approval, be like, yep, this one looks good to go. And then in turn, on the flip side, I believe that the community also gets to rate and review the people that did the reviews. So it's kind of like two-way feedback. So that way, you know who's giving good reviews of projects, and then also the reviewers are actually sorting through the projects and saying this one looks worthwhile. It's supposed to alleviate the issue when it comes to like rug pulls and just very low effort, low quality things. But at the end of the day, I think the idea of a crypto launchpad is a bit of a controversial topic. Me personally, I was fully hands off with those, so I don't like to do that because I just try to keep everything as simple as I possibly can. However, I understand they're very popular with people that try to chase very aggressive short-term plays because they can be extremely lucrative when they go right.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I've learned a lesson from this whole thing. Literally every single sacrifice from now on, I'm putting like 100,000 P-die in it.
Why not just take that 100,000 P-die and throw it in the pulse chain Powerball?
Yeah, maybe they'll give us actual die.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be a fucking gamble? But then whenever P-die ends up pegging, then it's like you lost the value or something anyway.
I mean, it's like $100 though, $100 for 100,000 P-die. But if you get that one time where they have a mess up like this, freaking $100,000 right back my direction. I'll go. All right.
Yep. You either get the P-die pegging or you get the botched launch pad launch. Oh, that is fucking ridiculous.
I just want to keep the memes have been really strong to start this bull cycle. In fact, people front ran memes. Memes don't normally pop this fast into a bull cycle. At least they haven't previously. But this is a unique cycle because of institutional money coming in and for a lot of reasons. I mean, look at the dip today and the last couple of days, right? Every dip that we've had so far, if the dip's over, we don't know that yet or not. But every dip since we've been going up has been shorter in lower and in less than previous bull runs. So this is just a different cycle altogether, and we need to keep that in mind. But nonetheless, meme coins can make you money, but keep in mind we haven't really even come close to the top of the bull market. At least that's what most people are saying. So don't fumble your main bags to chase memes when literally you can make a lot of money just being patient. Potential, not financial advice.
That is good advice.
Cheers to you too, Mr. Rustman. I appreciate it. Yo, so
real quick, Will, sorry to interrupt. Can I get
go
a
ahead,
screen? Can I get a screen share really quick? I want to give a shout out to Mr. Angry Twinkie. I think he had one of the best memes of the week, and I wanted to throw it out here. It's the classic IQ bell curve. On the low IQ and the high IQ, we have I should take more risks, and then we have the midwit in the middle saying I should wait for the perfect time. So,
that is
that is absolutely right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Angry Twinkie.
So what that reminds me of is that what they're saying there is you should send your P-die to every single sacrifice.
Go buy 10,000 P-die.
Not financial advice.
It's not financial advice, but I'm just like, I'll give you financial advice. Go rob a bank and then make a lot of money. Easy peasy money. Go
or
like
buy bonds.
That is financial advice. It's not legal advice.
Yes. Yo, so oh shoot, I had something. Oh yeah, Zenith, you had mentioned a little bit earlier that speaking of financial advice, that Congress had done some silly things, or there was some sort of meeting or something that happened earlier up in the big macro, and we'll cover it more in depth on our Sunday show, I'm sure. But is there any sort of teasers or any sort of like any sort of little snickers that we can sprinkle for the folks at home just to kind of keep them on the edge until we do cover that over on Sunday?
Absolutely, yes. So from the legal standpoint, this week has actually been a bit of a gold mine, considering we had a first court case where the SEC got brutally beaten down by a judge reviewing how they grossly misused their power in an overreach against a crypto project called the Debt Box. Effectively, what it was is that they lied about evidence in order to gain a temporary restraining order, and then in every attempt to update that restraining order, they just kept doubling down further and further. And the judge was like, this is one of the most egregious misuses of power I've ever seen. And they even sanctioned the SEC to the point where the SEC was ordered to pay all of the legal fees and damages to the defendant of the case initially. By the way, shout out to Nuclear Herbs on Twitter. He is a former lawyer and also a fellow Hexagon. He has phenomenal breakdowns. This one in particular is great because he pretty much went through, it's an 80-page document where the judge just slaps down the SEC and effectively calls their actions almost criminal. And he does the translation from judge speak to layman speak of how the SEC was trying to basically just lie and get away with it and be like, come on, we're the SEC, it was a mistake. And the judge is like, no, this is malicious to every extent possible. So that's what we had for
Zenith,
that. Yes.
Real quick, before you, first of all, can you grab that link and put it in the chat for the people?
Yes, I can.
And then second of all, just out of curiosity, if the SEC has to pay punitive damages and they have to pay legal fees and they have to pay their own lawyers, who funds the SEC?
That would be all of us. That is taxpayer
Our
money.
taxpayers,
baby.
That is tax dollars
yeah.
paying for SEC fuck ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who
Think
would
about
have
that,
thought?
everybody. They're
Yep.
going on witch hunts with your tax money. Bullshit.
Bunch of bastards is what it is. This is what we sign up for though by being born on this soil. So that's what you get. Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah.
And we can freely
Yeah,
talk
so-
about it. So that's the blessing of being on this soil too.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. We won't
Yeah.
get shot in the back of the head, unlike some other countries that shall remain nameless.
Right.
Yo, so for those of you guys in the for those of you guys who are in the chats right now, we are dropping the StreamYard link. So this is the DGen Roundtable Whiskey Wednesday. So this is when we have the opportunity to let everybody and their mother on. Whoever wants to come and join us on stream, whoever wants to say hello, come hang out, come chit chat with us, come chit chat with Donnie and chit chat with Black Sheep. This is the time for you guys to do it. We've dropped the StreamYard in our Telegram. We've dropped it live here in the chats. If you guys are a part of the DGen Protocol community and y'all want to hop on here and shout out your favorite, I don't know, color, or hang out and say hi or talk about
Your
yourself.
favorite
and,
color.
yeah, dude, I don't know, whatever. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
just
well,
whatever.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
I'm
but-
sure there are plenty of people that would love to come on here and talk about the color orange.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of people.
Yo, we gotta touch on that. That is.
By the way, real
Wednesday's
quick,
topic.
Black
I-
Sheep,
Well, hold on
if
it,
you
well,
could look
hold
at
on
the
it.
Yeah, what's
private
up?
chat real quick. If you could look at the private chat real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If
sure.
you guys want to send it out over to your channel as well. If there's
Oh,
anyone that you
boy.
guys know who would like to chit chat and say hi or whatever,
Okay,
they're
sure.
more than welcome.
We're trying to get
Brendan,
our last-
what is this about the color orange, or what am I missing here? Because I am not privy to this.
It's a Tang Gang
Yeah.
reference.
It
Yeah,
is.
I'm already
Oh.
I'm already streaming to my channels.
Oh.
We got
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're-
Sweet.
yeah, I've got you got there on X and YouTube. Yeah, since the beginning.
Oh, nice. Kick
Yeah.
ass. We'll make sure
Yeah,
to
I was
like,
gonna
share,
say I
comment,
can't
subscribe.
drop any links in your chat, so hence why I was saying.
Oh.
Oh,
That's what I was
Oh,
giving it
okay.
to you.
Oh no, I can't.
Gotcha,
No,
gotcha.
somebody asked earlier if I could like stream it out.
Yeah.
Let's see-
If
so
anybody
the
from
link to
the
the link to the StreamYard chat you're talking about. Yeah, I already have that one. I'll send it over.
Okay, perfect.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
anybody
we're
wants
doing
to
it,
hop
guys.
on in here, come on over, say hello. We're just gonna be shooting the
Right.
shit in the meantime, just hanging out and having a good old time. And
Shooting the shit on the shit
drinking
show. Let's do it.
drinking our stuff. Donnie, you've been quite quiet a little bit there for the last little bit. What are your thoughts on all this craziness, all this silliness, both with the SEC, or well, fuck, you're down there in Australia, so I don't know if you know much about that, or
to me,
about
yeah,
the
no,
political
I do. I honestly, I keep an eye on all of this sort of thing every now and again. But realistically, man, look, I'm a developer. Okay, I don't give a flying fuck, to be perfectly frank, about
My
the
man.
ins and outs on the daily about that stuff, right? Okay, I'm
Attaboy.
here to write code. I'm here to help make technology. I'm here to help make that better. I'm here to
God.
help develop and move us all forward, And
Yep.
at the end of the day, look, you can all have your tea parties, and that's fair enough. But code is code, and it needs to be written by someone, right?
Yep.
So, at the end of the day, it's not going to get written by sitting there and pretending like we don't know how to do it. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you bring up an excellent point,
Tell
and
him,
that's
Johnny.
it. Like, I want to zoom out from your point a little bit there, and just be like, these fucking dudes at the SEC in Congress, they're not making products. They're not like out there flipping grilled cheese sandwiches. They're not changing HVAC like filters. They're not, developing websites. They're not doing push-ups. They're not like making the world a better place with their goods and services. They're over there like eating up our tax dollars and writing some rules that people aren't going to listen. And then when they break the rules, then the taxpayer pays for it. So like, good on you for just like ignoring all this shit and just keep on plotting forwards. And that's actually for you guys who are gonna listen to our book club
if
later. That's what we're
anything,
gonna cover in that.
it's probably lined up with the old thing that Mark Zuckerberg once said. Move fast and break things, I believe is how it goes.
Yes.
So
Move fast and break things. That quote. I like that quote. That's good. Move fast and break things.
Yeah, and Zenith did want to actually hit on the.
Yes, I will cover the other stuff. Sorry, I know this is Zenith's C-SPAN video review for the
There
day.
you go.
So
I was
the
about
other
to
thing,
say.
yeah, we got a little distracted. It's all good though. That's kind of what we do here. Anyways, so Congress had the financial oversight committee. They had a hearing today where they specifically called out the SEC for overreach of authority and abuse of power. Not directly in reference to the debt box case, but this has been on the docket for a little bit now. And honestly, a lot of it was centered directly at Gary Gensler and how he's been handling the SEC. And they pointed out that he's made and finalized over 60 different rules, which is he's in second place to one other SEC chair who my understanding is was not that popular in the first place. And to make things even worse is that a lot of the congressional folks were targeting like, you are making these rules based on hypotheticals and theoreticals and ideology, not actual market things that are happening in real time. So it makes no sense. Also, they straight up called them out. They said, yeah, in about a dozen of your economic analyses for the rules, it's literal copy and paste. What the hell are you doing? So I will give a shout out to, if you want to find all the crypto stuff for the congressional hearing today, look at the opening statements. They were pretty good. And then I think it's Congressman. I don't know if it's Senator. I think it's Congressman Hill, Congressman Steele, Steil, Garbarino, Nickel, and Nunn. All of those guys had very good crypto-related segments. And shout out to Mr. Hill for the highlight clip of the day. He pretty much laid out like all of the different L's that the SEC has taken in court, in addition to all their other failings, and kind of just poses the question of like, why does this guy still have a job?
Yeah, why do we have these guys who have just a shitty ass track record? What's that Hill dude's name? Because I've heard of him before. Senator or Congressman. I wanted to say Jonah Hill, but I know that that's not him because that's an actor dude who was in not Reservoir Dogs, War Dogs, or some dogs movie. But I do remember there being some congressman guy who was talking shit about the SEC, or just like he's a crypto advocate, isn't he? This Hill gentleman, I want to say.
I think it's French Hill. He's the vice chairman of the committee.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember something about Bitcoin and them talking to Gensler in the past, and this could just be my brain getting all sorts of everything confused up. This is what happens when you climb towers and don't think about things, ladies and gentlemen.
For sure. The last topic I did want to cover for my C-SPAN review was the Federal Open Market Chair Committee posted, basically the Fed talked about whether or not they're going to raise or lower interest rates, and they said neither. It's going to stay the same. And they're pretty much citing that they think the economic conditions are kind of staying stable and they haven't really improved so much to the point that they want to start reducing rates. There wasn't a whole lot from Jerome Powell today, other than he was pretty consistent, didn't make any off-the-cuff remarks, other than, yeah, we're going to try to take this by the data, one meeting at a time. So it sounds like Probably not going to be a rate drop next meeting, and the FedWatch tool by CME Group also updated to reflect that. Back when we had the stream with Axis, Crispy, and Rags on Wednesday, I think I looked at it and it was a 20% chance of a rate drop. It's now dropped to about an 8% chance based on what they're seeing over there. But yeah, the last inflation numbers were about 3.2. 3.2%. They talk about staying committed to the 2% number. But at the same time, one of the things that was interesting is they updated their projections for 2024, 25, and 26. And people pointed out, hey, you guys updated the numbers, and it looks like the interest rates are going to stay higher for a little bit longer. Granted, it was by like 0.2%. But at the same time, people pointed it out, and they're like, are you saying something with this? So we'll talk all about this more on the Sunday show. That is not for the drunken evening. That is for Sunday.
Yeah, you don't want to get me started with all that shit.
That is a fact.
Black Sheep, are you big on the macroeconomic side of the markets?
Macro, yeah. No, we do actually have a Mr. Know-It-All. He's our resident analyst, and he's really big into that. He's basically in the voice chat all day, like showing charts and all this fun shit. It's cool. So, but yeah, no, I love that stuff. I mean, it does interest me because you have to understand markets and market directions if you're gonna try to tackle this crypto space. You got to understand where you're at. So
yeah, absolutely.
What do you ask? What do you is that what you do, or are you?
I was just curious. It's one of the things that Zenith and I kind of nerd over. So I think we both listened to about 4 hours of content today on multiple X's to get through everything while we're working.
Man, let me see, because I just think. Let me see if I can get a hold of him real quick. I could bring him on the stream, right? You can look at some charts and see what he thinks and all that.
Oh, heck yeah!
That'd be kick ass. Sure. Yeah, do you think?
While you do that, I'll ask Zenith a couple questions. So Zenith, we'll talk about this more on Sunday, so I don't let it all out of the bag. But Jerome Powell didn't say much, right? He really didn't say anything that he hasn't said over the last few months, and how the market react. The market was dipping. Powell comes on, and it's like green candles. Okay, status quo. We're good. Let's keep pumping this market. So that was one of my first takeaways on it. And then the Gary Gensler stuff, man, like the SEC stuff, it's wild. It's wild. I've never seen, I guess I can't even call it a government agency. Yeah, they're a government agency, but they're not elected, right? So they're appointed by people that I don't like, and I generally don't like any politicians. So there you go.
Cool. Yeah, he's going to come over. He's going to click the link.
Sweet.
Sorry to interrupt.
All good.
That'll be fun. But the SEC continues to take losses, and the loss that they took with this recent case is of epic proportions. It's of something that we've never seen from this level of policymakers. I mean, let's not say what they aren't. They make monetary policy decisions. The federal government makes less policy decisions. Federal government decides how much they want to spend. The SEC decides how money is going to work within our trading system, right? Within our securities. Well, it should be just Securities and Exchange Commission. The problem is they keep wanting to branch out further and further. In the hearing today, that's what they said. They keep wanting to create essentially new legislation by just taking people to court, right? And it's not working because it only works if you win or if people are too afraid to fight you. But when you continue to lose in court, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So just a few things that I found interesting from those today. And look, inflation. Zenith, how many times have they changed how they calculate inflation over the last 6 months? Do you know?
I don't, but they also just cherry pick which inflation stat they use each time, which is the other thing.
He does, yeah. But
hey guys, I'm just gonna jump on out, guys. So I gotta keep on going. But thanks for hanging out. It's been mad hanging out. Yeah.
Thanks, Donnie.
It's great to have you, Donnie. Appreciate
hey,
you, bro.
Donnie, where can the people find you at?
Oh yes.
So basically, I live in the DGen Protocol voice chat most days. So you can find me there at t.me/DGen_protocol. If you want to check out my links, you can go to donfunction.pls.fyi. That's kind of like my my Web3 version of Linktree. Yeah, you can find my my Twitter, my GitHub, and all that sort of thing there. Yeah, but other than that, I'm probably going to come on back and hang out if you guys will have me again. It's been mad chilling.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro. For
Cool.
sure.
Thank you,
Take it
Donnie.
easy,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I was
Excellent. And then it looks like we've also got STP Professor Note It All
Oh.
in the green screen.
Is this your
There he
boy?
This is
Yeah, this is
Did you
him.
say
Get
the
it
green
whenever you're
screen?
ready. Aloha,
Look at him.
STP Professor Know It All. Hey, so real
Note
quick,
it
for the folks at
all.
home-
Cheers. What's up, boys?
For the folks at home who
Let's call
do
him
not know
Note It
who you
All.
are, Mr. Note It All, can you give yourself a quick introduction? Tell the folks who you are and,
What's up,
and
SJ?
what it is that you do and everything. Oh, and hello, SJ, as well.
So I've been trading crypto. I've been in crypto since 2017, hence the name Note It All. I used to build lots of nodes, and that's how I kind of got my start in crypto, because I wanted to learn about how to earn passive income. And then I don't know if you guys are familiar with the masternode days, but a lot of those assets were kind of it's very speculative and a lot of like high risk plays, and I didn't really know how to trade them. So I wanted to teach myself how to trade. So I started a trading company in 2018 during the bear market, and I have a community of about 7,000 people on my Discord. And so what I do is I do trade calls, swing trades, mostly personally, and yeah, that's what I do. I look at charts. I'm a chart guy.
Love it. We
Excellent.
love chart guys
Fantastic.
around here.
Well, we were just talking about the recent what is it called, Zenith? The
The
FOMC
Fed meeting, the FOMC.
Oh, the Fed
we
meeting.
wanted to. Black Sheep thought that you might have some good insights, so we wanted to ask: did you catch all the news about that today?
So, well, the chart was telling me something interesting about that news event, and I can show you guys the U.S. dollar index because that's completely correlated to that. I was actually a little on edge with it. I actually what I did was before that meeting, I actually de-risked some of my positions.
Many people did.
Because I didn't know if they were going to continue pausing or if they were going to raise. I mean, it was unlikely that they were going to raise, but if they didn't continue pausing and they started doing something out of the ordinary, like even if they did cut or they did raise, we could have maybe seen, because we're right at a major trend line here on the chart. I mean, I don't know if I should share it, but can I do that? You guys want to see?
Yes, let's
Yes,
see
please
it.
do.
I think he's
Alright.
sharing his screen.
Yeah, if they had come in
Yes,
dovish,
sir.
Professor, essentially, if they had come in too dovish, right, that would have caused the markets to spook a bit, and they would have
now
they
you
would
can
have
see
dropped. In fact, we saw some dropping going into that meeting.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what you're talking about.
That's exactly right. So, yeah, I mean, you can clearly see that the dollar has been very, very respective of this channel back from the 2008 financial crisis. And, since the dollar topped down here, this is when I actually started getting re-entering into the markets at this top. So, buying Bitcoin mostly there and, dollar cost averaging into some altcoins. But basically what's going on here is if you go to the smaller time frame, you can see the daily today after the action rejecting the trend line. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see if you're holding risk assets. A nice rejection, that to me means a nice lower high. And, we're going to see some follow through on this. And this is probably going to come all the way back down to the bottom of the range. And, and now you're looking at what looks to be a descending triangle. And that's about an 11% movement down. And I think ultimately what happens in the next coming months is this breaks. We got 1, 2, this would be your third, or it's actually more than that. It's like 1, 2, this was a fake break. So 3, 4, this is your 5th test of support. The more times you test the support, the more likely it is to break support, right? It's like, when you drop a ball from the Empire State Building and it lands on the sidewalk, what happens, right? It'll just bounce. It won't go all the way back up to the top of the Empire State Building, right? It'll just find some area where it loses that momentum and then just roll back over. And so that's kind of what we're looking at here. We're looking at the ball being dropped and getting rejected at this floor, if you will. And then, we're probably gonna eventually break all the way down to the bottom of the channel. And that's probably going to be the end of the bull market. But that's a significant drop. 9% on the DXY. That could be like $300,000 Bitcoin, you know, something crazy like that. So yeah, that's the FOMC meeting news, and that is good news for risk assets across the board. And we saw the price actually come in today on Bitcoin, holding that daily pivot around 62.5. And I was talking about that last week on my. I do a weekly stream as well on YouTube, and I cover the action. So yeah, very good.
We'll get your channel before you leave today. So that's awesome. Honestly, the dollar is a really important chart that a lot of people don't bring up, myself included. But like talking about it really shows kind of like the inverse to some of these riskier markets that we're trying to work within. And we saw it, like we saw Bitcoin, Ethereum crashing, right, for what we've seen so far in this bull market. And the FOMC meeting happens, and status quo. He essentially says, yeah, we aren't going to raise interest rates. We're kind of still worried about inflation. We're actually probably going to keep interest rates a little higher for a longer period of time than we had originally anticipated. And the market responds positively. And Bitcoin's at what? Almost back up to 68,000 now?
Like nothing happened. Yeah. So since we're talking on the dollar topic here, this is tether dominance. So tether dominance is another metric that you guys, if you guys trade crypto, you really want to pay attention to, because this tells you the dominance of tether in the market. Meaning, you know, when tether dominance goes up, typically cryptos go down. I mean, obviously you're going to have some altcoins that aren't going to be completely respective of that, but in general, the trend is when tether dominance goes up, crypto assets go down. And so, you know, I put this on a normal time scale because I usually look at log scale charts, but this right here on the regular time scale, you can clearly see a demand line here that just came down to, and it just made that major bounce, right? And the weekly RSI, the most oversold that tether dominance has ever been, which to me is very weak. But when you're in this very oversold region, you're going to see it bounce. It bounced, and we got that quick drawdown, right? That quick, man, that was what, 2 days? Bitcoin dumped 16% in 2 days. That's quick, but we got a huge snapback rally today, which to me is super, super bullish. So that's why you want to really look at like maybe a monthly, right? The monthly chart still has plenty of room to the downside. And this low right here was the top of the previous bull market where we made this double bottom on the relative strength index. And so we've now surpassed that area. But what could end up happening, and you know, it may not happen for a bit, but maybe once Bitcoin gets to that $100,000 to $100,000, $120,000 region, is that we could eventually see this get back tested, right? Because typically after you make a major breakdown, you get reversion to the mean, reversion back to where you came from. And so this could maybe happen, you know, maybe towards the end of the year or something, or like, you know, Q3, end of Q3 or something. Like before the election, a lot of people are going to risk off because they're not going to really know what's going to happen there, right? And so that would probably be a great time to take profits. That's what I'll be doing. And so, yeah, so you get that retest, and, you know, depending on what happens on that retest, it's more than likely going to come back down, right? We're going to get one more leg up into the end of the run, and that's going to be the end of the run, probably.
Now you guys see why I love this guy.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, he knows his shit. So yeah. Thanks for coming on, Evan.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
It's really good stuff. And you know, when you talk about taking profits in the end of the run, right? Essentially, we are expecting, you know, a pretty big pullback before maybe a potential bigger run in 2025, right? Unless we have a blow off the top of 2024 and we have a left transited cycle. I mean, that's certainly a possibility, and we have to be ready for all potential scenarios. But I think what most people consider, you know, plausible right now is we run up, like you said, to maybe 100, 120 or maybe more. We have a pullback, we take profits, and then, you know, we get ready, hopefully, for what could be unprecedented gains in the crypto market. I mean, if Bitcoin hits 200, 250 or more next year,
forget about it. These low cap alts are just going to do stupid stuff, man, like 50, 100, 200x type of shenanigans going on. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that. Have you looked at the others dominance chart?
I haven't recently, but yeah, it's a good one to look at. Yep.
Yeah. Based on what I'm not a chart guy, but you know, I can tell when something is, you know, maybe can kind of match up here. And when I look at that, I start saying, wait a minute here. I feel like we have not actually hit the euphoric stage yet.
No,
And
this is just starting, guys. This is just starting.
oh yeah,
And you know what's great
Warm
is,
up.
you know, I don't know if you guys see this indicator right here. So I built this indicator. It's called the node squeeze indicator. And basically what it tells you is when the asset's in a pressure cooker and when you could start to see that asset really start to appreciate based on the squeeze. And so, I mean, it's difficult to do, you know, squeezing stuff on this type of chart, but you can see even on the monthly, like we haven't even broken, like if you look carefully, this hasn't broken the squeeze. We crossed up on the MACD here. We started going bullish. We're, you know, 55 on the RSI. This is, you know, we're looking at the others chart. So it's not like a specific asset. It's just the total of these assets, right? But yeah, you broke your downtrend, right? Broke the downtrend. You even back tested it right here. And, you know, you're looking at, well, what's that? That's a falling wedge. So falling wedges typically break to the top of the wedge eventually. And this is a monthly chart. This could take months, but eventually you're looking at this going back up about 56%. And so that's going to be a significant movement in these altcoins for sure.
For the folks at home, we are looking at the crypto market total cap, excluding top 10 dominance by percentage. So what this means is that this is a 0 to 100 chart talking about the cryptocurrencies excluding the top 10 coins. That's basically everything. There's a great joke in this one, which is everything from Bitcoin all the way down to Cardano, and then Dogecoin actually holds the number 10 spot currently. So this is everything under that by market cap. So this is pretty much a look at a chart that talks about like how are all the altcoins doing compared to a lot of the popular L1s and honestly a lot of stable coins, just because there's a lot of ERC20s that have stable coin caps that are much, much larger than a lot of other blockchains. By the way, shout out to Mr. Angry Twinkie. He was the one that put us onto this chart to start dissecting it and looking at it. And then, by the way, STP, this is awesome stuff. You got to stream with Crypto Boogie at some point. He is also a big TA guy. So when you said falling wedge, my brain immediately went to, yep. He and Boogie, you guys would have a hell of a time just cutting it up together.
And
this guy is absolutely brilliant, dude. He's been in our family for years. We love him. He's made us a lot of money, and because he understands how this shit works, you know. Sorry to cut you off there, Brendan. Go ahead.
No, that was important. Sorry to don't want to talk over anybody. But you know, we have a couple chart guys, Jay and Zenith's a pretty good chart guy as well. Josh as well. So
shout out Niles as well.
Here's a sorry to cut you off, but here's a really great example of the node squeeze on a low cap altcoin. Mango is a Solana, I think, DEX that offers perpetual swaps and stuff. But yeah, so this thing right here, you guys see this squeeze? You see how tight that is down here on the monthly chart? And look where you're at on the chart too. This is a very low risk area to take a trade. Now, it's, you know, it's a super low cap alt. It doesn't probably do a lot of volume, but it doesn't mean it won't get that volume eventually. And, you know, descending broadening wedge formations typically break to the upside 72%. And you've been in this rectangle here and you've just, you know, triple bottom down here and you're looking like you're about to break the top of this range on the monthly chart, the weekly chart, you know, all the above. You know, Solana's been running. So like there's no reason in my mind. I mean, yeah, maybe you don't want to take a trade at the top of the range. Maybe it pulls back to the middle and makes a higher low. Then you can look maybe to get into something like this. But yeah, this looks ridiculous. Like this thing, you know.
Said nerd now. This is all this guy does. He nerds out all day. I love it.
Like this thing right here, just to give you an example, you know, these break to the top of the pattern eventually. So, you know, you're looking at, you know, this asset going up 16x. Okay. And that's just resolving the pattern. It could end up doing something, you know, even crazier. It could, you know, like I said, we could see this pull back a little bit to like, you know, up 1.8 cents and make a higher low and then break this and then, you know, consolidate, you know, kind of replicate what it did here and then go sideways, make a flag and then just boom to the next level right here. And then you're at 13 cents and there's nothing here. It's just straight down. So like, well, straight up.
Makes sense. What was the first indicator you were showing us with the squeeze talk? It was the one with that one. So for the folks at home, what is this?
So this is an amalgamation of Bollinger Bands and some moving averages that I put together here to give me a nice visual. And these dots, these this green dot is telling you this is an early buy signal. It's on a monthly chart. So these are very, very long time scales. But you can see like on the monthly here, you're going into the squeeze, and then you go to the 3-week chart. You can see you're still in the squeeze. You've actually hit the bottom of the band. And then, the 2-week now is starting to tick up, right? So that's what I'm thinking, that it's going to break this rectangle pretty soon, pretty quickly now. And so, like this, if you're a swing trader and you understand what you're seeing on these charts, well, look at your RSI. It's sitting at 45. I mean, that's still in the buy zone to me. You got your stochastics. They just bounced off the median bullish control zone, and you got separation. This is probably going to do ascend in a big way. We're going to wake up if you bought this thing, you wake up one day, it's probably going to be up like 100%. No doubt about it in my mind.
Wow. Okay.
Again, this is a low cap coin, probably doesn't get a lot of volume, but eventually these low caps are going to start getting some love after the big caps start getting their movements. And
I mean, that's the beauty of the low caps, though, is that it doesn't take
yeah.
that much money to really get them going. And then I'm curious to hear your take on this. How do you see kind of the cycling or the transfer of money in the market? Like the theory that we like to put out here, me in particular, is that Bitcoin's going to run first, then we get Ethereum and the other L1s, and then after that we get altcoins, and then at the very, very end we get the very volatile things like the JPEG NFTs and whatnot, and the real degen plays. It's like, how do you see that rotation of capital?
That is exactly the rotation, and which is why I am very, very bullish on this blockchain right here called the Flow blockchain. Okay, and the reason being is, well, we have the setup, we have the falling wedge, we have all the data to back this decision, we have the squeeze. It hasn't broke the squeeze yet. Beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. And the Flow blockchain is exactly that. It's an NFT blockchain. They currently are trading around $1.33. But this at $1.33 is a $1.3 billion market cap. Okay, this, when it launched, was a $40 billion valuation. This is a monster project. I'm not here, listen, not a paid shill. I have a bag of this thing that I've been buying. I bought it all the way down. My average is like 81 cents on this bag. And I'm just trading the pattern. And if it gets up to $40, well, it'll be happy days.
Interesting. Real quick for the folks at home, it looks like this is the blockchain that hosts a lot of the popular professional athlete NFT collections. Like it looks like UFC, the NBA, NFL, Ticketmaster is on here.
It's a monster.
Yeah, this looks like
it's pretty big.
Yeah, this looks like a legit thing. It looks like they even got Circle and Coinbase on there as well. So they're big players here.
And they offer some staking yield too, which is nice. 8% yield on the Flow.
Better than Ethereum.
It's a spork of Ethereum. So it's basically Ethereum's brother, if you will. That's why this cycle, I mean, to be fair, I don't actually own any ETH this cycle. I actually rolled a lot of my ETH for some of these other assets because I can yield more ROI off some of these.
I'm not going to call that a hot take, but that's definitely a new thought that I've heard. One of the tenets that I've heard a lot of people say is that Ethereum should be a large chunk, is kind of like the bedrock of a portfolio. But if you're just skipping Ethereum altogether, you're looking at like this and what else?
I can show you. This is what I'm holding this cycle. I got a bag of Algorand. Again,
the GG coin, eh?
Well,
can we zoom in a little bit so we can see what those are?
How do I do that?
I don't know if we can.
That's all right. No, you're good. You're good. We can just make it.
Okay, so Algorand, I got an average entry around 17 cents once it broke this and back tested. I think I bought it here on this support, and it was during the bear market. I think I bought it maybe a little bit too soon, but that's fine.
That's like a good entry.
Yeah, and I knew that this was like wedging pretty hard, and when the market's in max pain and it's so uncomfortable to buy something, that's probably when you need to be buying stuff. So
that's usually when I buy as well.
I was just
feeling alone.
I was just ripping into stuff down there, and whatever. So Algorand, I got a bag of that. Top of the wedge is $2.25. It's about a 10x from here. Avalanche, I picked up the bag of Avalanche at $10. I actually de-risked a little bit. I just got my initial investment out last night because I didn't know what was happening with the Fed stuff, but that's fine. I'm still holding a pretty big bag of that. I ended up just rolling that money back into the ecosystem. I just rolled it all into Trader Joe token. I'll take a look at that in a second and show you guys, because that token, I can hold it and stake it and earn USDC on their DEX. So I'm gonna be holding an asset that's gonna appreciate and earn me yield while I'm doing that. That's wonderful. But yeah, AVAX, man, I think AVAX is it's a monster. I missed the Solana train. I missed the bottom, so I didn't miss this bottom. And yeah, I'm looking at maybe a $600 target on AVAX this cycle. That's a monster.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
Are you in the pulse chain ecosystem much?
I am in the pulse chain ecosystem as of recently. I do own some DAI, and I'm actually in the midst. I was just about to do this. I was in the midst of buying back my wrapped Bitcoin position because of what it's doing on the chart. And I'm trying to find the. Sorry.
We have that comment out there from Russ, a spork. He said it was a spork of Ethereum. I cracked up at that too.
That was a good one. That's a good one.
All right. So you know what? Actually, I'm in a bunch of loan token. I took some risk on loan because it's giving me a nice yield.
Does
Yeah,
give good yield.
wrapped Bitcoin. I actually traded this. I actually bought it at around $80 when it was making these higher lows down here, like this area right here. And now it tagged the 618, which was that major pivot point right here. But if you know, this Dex Screener I don't really have any of my real indicators on here, so I'm just literally using their momentum oscillators, which is fine. But you know, what I'm seeing right now is a bunch of bullish divergence here on the 4-hour that's, you know, just crossing up, and we're about to see this thing probably pop back up to 265 and even back up to the top here, 316. But you know, ultimately what could happen is if you go to the monthly chart, you know, man, this looks like a monster, an absolute monster.
That is a large green candle, my good friend.
Yeah, it is a large green candle. And you know, if this does in the next 10 days here, it ends up closing the monthly back up to 259. We're looking at next month being the breakout. So yeah, I think this is the area where you could be looking to get back in a position like this. I mean, I'm actually about to do it probably after I jump off this stream. But yeah,
wrapped Bitcoin, the Pulse Chain version, not the bridged in token from Ethereum.
Oh, yeah.
that is the Pulse
I just
Chain.
want people to
version.
know the difference.
Don't fade the guy and
Meme
don't
coin,
feed
essentially.
the wrap Bitcoin. Don't fade the wrap Bitcoin.
It's not a meme coin. What's going to happen is they're going to try to bring this to parity, right? So you know,
Like
yeah, and it may not go to exact parity. I mean, that's fine, you know, whatever. But I think that, you know, based on what this structure is telling me is, man, we're probably going to see $2,500 pretty soon, pretty quick. As soon as this kind of resolves itself, like this is a flag, and this is, you know, this is going to break probably to the next fib extension, and there's nothing up here. So really, once it clears like 519, yeah, just straight up to the wick and then into price discovery. You know, you could be looking at 10,700 on that. That's a massive trade. Yeah, that's a massive trade.
Hey, SDP, what are some of your favorite indicators to use? Around here, we like to talk about Elliott wave theory a lot, but do you have any favorites?
I'm not a big Elliott guy because, well, you can screw up a wave structure. Like, you're just kind of guessing, like, this is maybe wave 1. This is maybe wave 2. I personally, like, I don't hate on people. I don't hate on people that use Elliott wave theory or structure. I just like to use basic stuff, man. Stochastic RSI, MACD, and RSI, and then of course my home built
the homebrew. It looks
the
good.
Homebrew squeeze indicator, because the squeeze indicator kind of confirms a lot of that stuff, and you can confidently, especially on a monthly time frame, you can confidently park capital into an asset for months if those squeezes are forming and about to break.
That's fantastic. By the way, where did you pick up all this amazing information? What's your learning base look like?
I am completely self-taught. Nobody's taught me anything. I've just been studying and learning and looking at things and levels and volume and patterns. And, you know, actually a lot of the reason why I'm so adamant about trading wedge patterns is because of the probability, right? I'm a big math guy. So I don't know if you guys know who Bulkowski is, but
yeah,
you know, Bulkowski, the famous trader, and you know, I just one day I went to his website, which is essentially an encyclopedia of trading patterns, chart patterns. Like, there's millions of patterns here, like hundreds and thousands of patterns. And so I just one day was like, you know what, I really like the wedge pattern, and I just started doing more research on that. I just started becoming an expert at trading them. They have a 68% chance to break to the upside. And then I kind of just started putting 2 and 2 together. Hey, momentum shift. We got divergence. We got momentum swinging up. You know, the macros looking good. Tether dominance is looking like it's going to break down. Okay, these probabilities look really good. Let's take a trade. And then I just started doing that type of stuff, and I've been having really good success with it. And then I started diving into some other, chart patterns like, descending wedge pattern, descending broadening wedge patterns. The descending broadening wedge patterns actually have a higher probability than the falling wedge pattern. So if you can start to identify those, like Trader Joe, for example, I literally just bought it right as I was getting on the stream. And Trader Joe, by the way, I could sit here and talk to you guys about this stuff all night. I love this stuff. So feel free to cut me off whenever you want. But
this is fantastic information. Keep going.
I just want to say, STP, we'd love to have you on a stream with Jay and a couple of other chart guys. We've done a couple of deep dives with some, people that have different ways that they look at charts, and we like to kind of bring different thought processes to our community to get them to learn different ways of looking at the market, because there's no one right way, right?
There is not. Lots of things can change and happen pretty quickly. So here's the descending broadening wedge formation on Trader Joe, right? And you have a 4-hour closure and candle out here, which to me 4 hour is enough data for me to take a trade. And I also, let's look at the monthly chart. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, our monthly RSI is at 48, so we haven't even done much yet on the monthly time frame. And what'd we do? We just broke the monthly squeeze. Beautiful. So change of trend, massive movement incoming for this asset. That is all I need to. That is all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. And we got this pullback. We literally tagged the previous breakout area here, which, if you look carefully, it was an ascending triangle breakout. We tagged the golden mean ratio, which was that 120 region, which is this essentially this big resistance right here. But man, this thing just did a snapback right at the breakout area, and now we're forming a 4-hour descending broadening wedge formation. I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, probably good things. So that's the measure for me taking this trade, and I literally just ripped $10,000 into it.
And what's your normal hold time? You said you're a swing trader. A lot of people that watch us, I think, are a bit longer, medium to longer term holders. But out of curiosity, what's your normal
So it depends on the pattern and the structure, right? So if I'm looking at monthly charts, it could be months, could be years. I'll probably trade a lot of these till the end of the cycle, and I'll be scaling out as they go up. And again, it has a lot to do with the momentum, right? So the momentum here on Trader Joe just crossed up, and we got nice separation. This is telling me that there is massive movement coming for this asset. And there's lots of them. So my best trade this cycle so far is INJ. I bought INJ at $1.60 at near the bottom. My subscribers, I gave them, even actually Sheep's community, I gave them.
Damn, you got INJ?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, that's a big win right there.
Yeah,
That's
I got
fantastic.
I got INJ, and let's go through it real quick. So let's ignore this stuff that happened here, but I was looking at the RSI. It was, and I do draw trend lines on RSIs, man, because guess what? This stuff is real. What do you got there? Falling wedge, right? Boom, falling wedge, broke it, back tested it. In August of 2022 is when I got the entry. I gave the entry to my community around that $1.60 region. And it just, tagged the 236. We kind of grinded out here. We made one more low, and then see you later, man. This thing was just gone. And to be fair, I did de-risk about half my position in December around this $41 region. It's 25x, bro. You got to take something off the table, right?
That's a good reason to. Yeah.
I put like $5,000 in this thing. I honestly wanted to buy more of it. It just never broke this low, so I didn't need to dollar cost average it. But yeah, big trade.
For the folks at home, I believe a $5,000 into a 25x is something like $125,000.
That is correct.
Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Hell yes.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who got a lot of money off of INJ.
Dude, this is why we're in crypto. This is the life-changing gains. If you can stomach the volatility, this is the reason to be here.
Just need one sometimes.
You guys want another one that I'm in right now? This is Moon River. Okay, I bought Moon River down here around it's in January. Yeah, it's like $7 or something. My entry was. I was looking at this little wedgie here. before this stuff started doing, and then it made a big drawdown, but that's fine. But if you go to the monthly chart on this bad boy, well, we're still in the squeeze. We actually technically we broke it, and now we're going sideways here. So we could see a little bit more of a drawdown here in the next, because we get an early sell on top of the band. That means you could go sideways for a couple months. You could even see a drawdown further, because if you looked at the structure, it actually didn't end up breaking out of the channel. It actually rejected it. So yeah, I mean, this one might draw down for a bit, but you can see this massive candle it put right up here, and it's just going sideways up here. So if it can continue to consolidate in range here for a bit, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to muster up the momentum to eventually break this channel, and I'm in this asset, but I'm really in the DEX, which is called Solar Beam. And Solar Beam is the DEX on Moon River, which if you guys don't know, Moon River is a layer 1 blockchain as part of the Kusama ecosystem, right? So it's Kusama's layer 1 EVM compatible chain. And so what I did was, well, this is a super low cap coin. It's not even a $1 million market cap. I actually bought this coin here at 1.3 cents because I saw Moon River about to break out. I was like, all right, Kusama's running, Moon River's running. They're all leveraged. This is a huge leverage play on both those other assets. And so, well, if you look at the price action for this asset, it's just straight down. So if there's buying pressure coming into that ecosystem, well, what's going to happen? Straight up. And so this, I mean, again, it didn't break out here because Moon River failed to break. But, if this does play out eventually, the swing target here is probably the 50% retracement on this flagpole here, which is about a 10x, like 65 cents. And if you do end up breaching that, this is just straight down. And eventually what we could see is this go back up to $8.
That would be nice.
Again, it does lack the volume right now, but that has a lot to do with the Moon River ecosystem not really doing anything right this very moment. But that's okay, because let's look at the monthly RSI for a minute. Okay, man, this thing's sitting not even at a 1 reading right now. So yeah, this thing can't really go down any more than what it's already done. It got destroyed. So you're looking for a super low cap coin that's a leveraged play on the Moon River blockchain and Kusama. I'm in this one. I actually bought this around, like I said, around 1.3 cents or something. So yeah, I'm still sitting in a nice profit on this one. So that's a low cap that I'm in.
That's fantastic. Hey,
so
one thing, can you let people know where to find you?
Sure.
Following you?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Just so people that are interested in following you, you've given a lot of good information tonight.
Yeah. I'm on YouTube. Swing Trade Pros is the channel. I got a Discord community. Aside from me, I have my own alert service where I give call outs and stuff. I can show you guys briefly here. I can just scroll through my channel so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So here I give the swings. Here, I've been talking about Loan Token right here. Watch this low cap gem on Pulse Chain. There it is. And then here I was talking about some other coin, Wing. I took a little bit of a break, in the last week or two, because I had some personal things going on. But yeah, you can see these are the swings that I was giving. I lay them out. I give as good of an, take profit levels for people. I can even probably find the INJ trade somewhere in here too. But that was like a year ago. So, but I even said in that post, and you know what, maybe I'll find it real quick just so you guys know that it isn't BS. This is the profit gains area here, people posting their profits and stuff. So that's cool. A lot of it's me. Let's see. So, yeah. So I'm trying to find the area where I posted that. It might take me a minute. You know what? I'll find it later. I don't want to waste too much time on that.
For the folks at home who are, or for the guys in the chat, I've just posted the YouTube as well as the Discord. Oh shit! I see that Zenith just asked if that's your YouTube. Is that it right there?
That is it. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah,
All right, sweet. That would be funny if I just sent people to a whole other wrong channel and stuff. But
I did start another channel of mine that I'm kind of like doing a personal brand of my own stuff too. But that's okay. The Swing Trade Pros channel, I go live there on Sundays. I haven't really been pumping out a lot of content recently, but I still do the stream on Sundays. It's basically like a free trading session where I'm doing just this, where I'm going through people's requests and I just give them my technical analysis, and that's what I do.
Beautiful.
You know, is it fair to say that for the majority of just about every single chart that you've shown us so far, the interesting thing that I've noticed is that it starts extremely high, dumps off immediately, and then you have sort of like this U rounding, where then every single thing you're saying is like, okay, well now it's going to take off, and it's basically going to hit that same high spot. So it's basically a full U pattern. Is that
we call that a cup formation? Yeah, we call that a cup formation. Yep.
Or hockey stick.
Yep.
I guess from a more macro analysis as well, it seems like a lot of these coins might be in their first full cycle, as in like they launched maybe 2020, 2021, and now they're starting to really take off in this first full bull market that they get the opportunity to live and thrive in.
Definitely.
So what I've noticed about coins that tend to succeed is they launch either right at the very end of the bull market where things are starting to go down, and it turns into a bear market, and everything just drops, and then it sits there for a couple of years just on the bottom, and people sit there and will say it's, there's a lot of blood in the water, it's a dead project and all that. And then from there, once the new bull market starts happening and it starts ramping up really big, that's where these coins seem to hit these extreme highs, the extreme euphoria. That seems to be the pattern for, obviously, cycle 1 coins. Yes, that's the direction to go as far as most X's, but that seems to be the best pattern as far as most X's goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good, overview analysis. But for me, someone that looks at charts, I just look for patterns and momentum, because at the end of the day, these are just instruments to make money off of, right? Like you're in these things to make money. Yes, Bitcoin is a store of value, and yes, I actually never will sell my Bitcoin because I bought it so early. That is probably the only asset that I don't sell. I only just buy it. But as far as these other chains are concerned, I don't know what their long-term viability is. And nobody does. Anything can happen. These chains get hacked all day. Every day there's another hack. Maybe you don't hear about it, but if you notice, a lot of these hacks happen like at the top of the market or during the bear market, liquidity grabs, like all sorts of shenanigans that goes on. But at the end of the day, I'm here trying to make money for my family and help people out. And that's why I'm here. I just dedicated my life to these charts.
What are you talking about? We're here for the tech. We're not here for the money.
Nah, yeah.
Life-changing games.
Come on. Everyone's
life-changing.
Everyone's here to make some money, man. That's all.
Yeah.
That's everyone. That's what we're here to do.
Man,
Fucking
we
rocket,
are all
baby.
here. So I want to thank you for this technical analysis, Mr. Know It All. This is some fantastic stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a hard transition over into some community shoutouts, and then we're gonna go ahead and close out the show. So, bro, thank you very much for all that. That's some super fantastic stuff that you just led us through here. So, big shout out to you guys. Go check out his YouTube. Yeah, and we'll if you don't mind, after we close out the show, stick around in the green room and we'll do like a quick little show debrief and stuff. But real quick, we're gonna run through community shout outs. So shout out to Brand for the Farmer Brown 310 for the $2 super chat. Did CoinGecko delist Pulse, or did I drink too much? You might have done both, or well, you might have drank too much anyways. But CoinGecko didn't delist Pulse. You now have, it's been answered later on in the chats, but you have to type in Wrap Pulse or WPLS. So for the folks who might have missed that, shout out to Brown. Thank you very much for the super chat, Farmer J.
Hey, well,
we appreciate it. Very good. Yes.
I just want to add one thing. If people are using CoinGecko regularly to check coins, it's free to set up an account and you can just star all of the coins that you want to follow, and you just click my portfolio and see them all in one place. Like, it's so simple to follow your portfolio without giving them any real information. Use a fake name, fake email address, do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't cost any money. But if you're using them already, you might as well set up an account. And like, sure, if Pulse was already in your thing, then it's there. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter if they change it to WPLS or PLS, it's the same contract. So it's super quality of life improvement if you're not using it already that way.
You're absolutely right, Brendan. Thank you for that. That's a good tool for all the folks at home. I use as many portfolio trackers as possible, because sometimes using just one thing will give you some funky numbers and stuff. So for like I use CoinGecko, I use CoinStat Tracker, I use Fatty, I use Hex Scout, I use GoPulse, I use a bunch of stuff. I use Coinly. I use a whole
Jesus Christ,
bunch
Will,
of
you are all over the place, aren't you?
Dex Screener, TradingView, important to.
Yeah, exactly. Dex Screener. Yeah, I don't use TradingView, but yeah, I use Dex Screener as well. Like, there's a ton of things that you can use, and let me tell you, like, just having a decentralized, because, like, you know, let's say you only use Coin Paprika. You guys remember Coin Paprika? Went down. It's gone. Or I think it's gone.
No.
Yeah,
it's not Coin Paprika. It was the other one.
It still works.
Yeah, Coin Paprika
it does?
still good. Coin Paprika was the one.
What was the one?
We moved
Nomics
to?
went
What
down.
was it?
Oh, yeah.
Nomics was a good one. I like that one. But
Yep.
Yeah.
But there's tons of systems and tons of sites out there that you guys can use, and I would suggest being decentralized and using all of them, or at least just like redundant. You know, I don't I'm not an optimist who looks at the glass half full. I'm not a pessimist who looks at the glass half empty. I'm the engineer who keeps half my water in a redundant glass. For those of you guys who also read Dilbert. And on the subject of Dilbert, we got Mr. Angry Twinkie in the chats. Not that Mr. Angry Twinkie has anything to do with Dilbert, but that's just how I do my transitions. What's good, all? What is good, Mr. Angry Twinkie? We appreciate you being in here with us. We also got, Frank Polanczyk. I'm not sure
Hey,
how to
Frank,
pronounce
it's great
that.
to see you.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, Frank runs actually one of the
up,
better, high-level telegrams for people.
No kidding.
Crypto people, kind of invite only, and he runs a great color.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if you ever get an invite to that, don't turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent. Well, we're glad to have you, Frank. Thank you for coming and gracing us with your presence. This is fantastic. Welcome to the DGen Roundtable, and welcome to our excellent Whiskey Wednesday stream. I'm almost out of my piss water Michelob Ultra prickly pear. Next up, we got Lord of the Ponzi.
Bottles right next to us.
Oh, we got our bottles. I'm gonna have some tequila at some point. I've had my eye on some Soledad, so I'm gonna get a bottle of Soledad here at some point in the near future. But that shit's a bit pricey. I might have to travel down to what's that?
Lord of the Ponzi, man. Honestly, really appreciate you coming and checking it out, and we appreciate that you love our content. We have a Telegram for those that aren't part of it. It's free to join right now, and if you join now, you may never have to pay for our Telegram, but you may not always be able to get in for free. So join up, because we're here to help people, and we answer people's questions for free in real time. We do Telegram calls when something happens, like, I don't know, you name something crazy that happens in crypto. We will have a stream about it,
Richard Hart,
or anybody posts any content on YouTube. We will have a live stream. So we're always putting out, streams that are just in our Telegram for people that are part of it. So there's a lot of value there. And we have a lot of devs and creators in that channel too that give a lot of great insight. So it's quite a
yeah, we help people out with everything. And if you look directly below that goat over there, that's where you can literally just put your phone up to the screen right now and enter
What's
our
up, guys?
Just beneath the goat, you can see that looks like Billy the Goat. I've seen that somewhere.
His name is Billy.
Billy the Goat.
He's one of my alter egos.
Put your phone up right underneath the goat. Right underneath the goat.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
Awesome.
Egos, but
I expected
guys, hold on.
But a goat works.
All right, let me button this up, and I'm gonna get through the chats, and then we can do our outros, and then we will end the show.
Do it.
So Lord of the Ponzi found you guys last week. What a positive change compared to Twitter sentiment. Love the Perfect Storm Theory show, bro. We try and keep it nothing but positivity over there. We're not here to fudge you out of your bags. We're not here to tell you done fucked up. We might say, hey, never sell or something. Like we might say some stupid ass shit, but like nothing. Like at the end of the day, nothing but positivity over here. We're not here to bitch, moan, and complain. Like, oh no, people are talking smack or blah. That's like, nah, dude, ain't nobody got time for that. Not time for that. You have to surround yourself with folks who are just doing nothing but being positive, because the world's already a difficult and cynical and cruel and cold place. So if you're going around talking about things that make other people not happy, then you're just bringing other people down, and ain't nobody got time for that. So shout out to you, Ponzi man. Next up, we got Fast Abdul. He ain't talking about bribes tonight. He's talking about drinking, and he wants us to do less talking and more of that drinking. So shout out to our Canadian friend Fast Abdul. He's gonna go steal some camels and then move over to Saudi Arabia. And big shout out to Fast Abdul. We love him. All right, next up we got Paul Sachs. Drink in 3, 2, 1. We've been drinking this whole show, good sir. I'm already slurring my words, so that's how far I've got. Next we got Moon-Pilled Rational Optics. Paul Sachs, there he is. Moon-Pilled Rational Optics. He's sending us up to the moon in our little rocket ship.
Jacked up on Mountain Dew, you know what I'm saying?
Oh fuck yeah, bro.
Moon-Pilled
we got
had a
Loyal
great
X.
quote. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Moonpill had a really good quote from the Hangout the other night. He said that crypto is a rocket going to the moon, and he's just trying to duct tape himself onto the side.
Oh, bro, that's exactly what's going on. You better use some good ass duct tape though, and you better not duct tape yourself over the exhaust port, because you're gonna have a
chemical
bad time,
adhesive, not a duct tape, because all of the panels on rocket ships are generally hung on by chemical adhesives, glues. Yes, so I prefer chemical adhesives to duct tape.
Glue's not duct tape.
Glue as well.
This is excellent. Something tells me Brendan's gone over to Cape Canaveral in the past or something like that. That is fantastic. All right, next up we got Mr. Loyal X shouting out the mad gains. Thank you, Mr. Loyal X. And then finally for our starred chats, we have Hexagon Lost in Asia, present and accounted for. Sorry I missed it, gents. Maybe join next week's Wednesday. Next week we're gonna have a special guest. And I don't know if I can shout him out yet because I don't know if it's been confirmed. However, we're going to have a special guest next weekend. However, the following weekend, so we do Whiskey Wednesdays every 2 weeks. We do special guest Wednesday, then Whiskey Wednesday, then special guest Wednesday, then Whiskey Wednesday. And that's how we do it over here. That's at least our schedule. So for those of you guys who are wondering how we do things here, and then we've got SJ being super, super duper 100 million bazillion % or something. Tam talking about needing to clip that stuff. This is fantastic. Thank you guys so much. And then Niles talking about me drinking DRT. I don't drink no DRT. I only buy. None of that, sir. None of these.
By the way, Will.
Yes.
So for Wednesday, the special guest will be Crypto Coffee. He has been confirmed. Yes.
He has confirmed. Okay,
that's my boy.
Excellent. So we'll have Crypto
we
Coffee.
had a good time in Vegas with Crypto Coffee. Super glad to have
you
him
back on the show.
Days ago. I have a quick question.
Yes,
how many viewers we got on this stream tonight?
How many viewers?
Probably
40,
over
90,000.
I think we maxed in the 40s. I think we've been we have 35 most of the time. Right now, about 27.
On my
we got 64 views on Twitter.
We got 60.
There's
we
165.
Nice. That is great
Holy
stuff.
Shit. Hey
165,
guys,
and then he does stuff like this.
Oh my God.
Funny guy, man.
Look, we did tell him it's the Hangout. It's the more chill stream. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But, like, I got to say, for all the knowledge and all the alpha that, like, the professor here, that's what I'm calling STP now. He is the professor. He drops some knowledge. So, please, give a like to the professor.
Thank you so much for having him on, man.
I appreciate it.
He probably made people rich this stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
And not only that, but look,
thanks for the connect.
Like and subscribe to Professor, Black Sheep, DGen Protocol. Please like and subscribe to this video, our channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're about 68 away. We started at 69 away. We're at 68 away, but we'd really like to bump that up. So please get some more followers and subscribers. And honestly, this is Whiskey Wednesday is supposed to be fun. We always have guests, team members that want to come on, and we just shoot the shit. But tonight. We talked about some pretty cool things and some opportunities for maybe some coins to buy. Not financial advice.
I feel right at home here. I might be here every Wednesday. You never know. I'm not gonna lie. This might be my weekly getaway.
Honestly, if everybody appreciated the content that I displayed, I wouldn't mind being on the show too, man. That'd be great.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. We'd love to have. stick around in the green room for after. So we're gonna do our outros next,
Cool.
and then that'll wrap up the show. We'll go into the green room
Let's do
and we
it.
can talk details and stuff and get something set up. But I want to give a big shout
Yeah.
out real
And
quick to the chat.
Don't forget to check out Goat Token.
Yes. Go
Sorry,
over to the
you can't take
DGen
me
protocol
anywhere.
stuff. Go over to the DGen
I love you
roundtable
guys,
DGen
man.
protocol.
Thank you so
Go
much
visit
for
this
having me
dude's Discord.
I'm also
absolutely, bro.
I actually hang
Absolutely.
out. I actually hang out in Sheep's voice chat like almost all night. We've been just degenning these Solana.
Yeah, we're literally
coins.
in there all day, every day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's,
We
this
made
is what
like
we do.
we made like
we
4 or
just change
5x on one
lives.
of these stupid coins the other
And,
night that I was
yeah.
charting, and it was fun. Yeah.
Is that the one that I joined in with that you were literally in the middle of like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
about to go, it's about to go.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I met you, Nate. Initially was you came into our voice chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I remember like I got in there and the first thing I heard was like was you, Mr. Node at all.
Yeah, you didn't even know about us coming on your stream.
No, I didn't even know about it at the time because Will didn't tell me in time.
Surprise!
I heard it from you first.
It was
No, I
it was
literally got
pretty,
into
Yeah.
I literally
was
got in there
pretty-
though,
it
and the
was
first
pretty
thing I hear
last
is like,
minute.
oh, this is about to pop. We're gonna make money. And I'm like, oh, hello guys. How's it going?
Yeah, it's dope. I love how we're all coming together now, man. Because like I met Zenith in Vegas, and boom, it's like and I've known Will for a little bit. I'm like, wow, we're all just connected. That's the great thing about the Pulse Chain community. We're just all just intertwined. Everybody knows everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a cesspool of just love and joy and like I just like I mean some people are kind of pricks, but it's really I've really enjoyed my fucking time here, and I appreciate all you guys. I'm getting a little tipsy, but yeah, because it's Whiskey Wednesday
That's
and all.
the point of the show, brother.
That is the point. All right, guys, real quick. I'm seizing
Love you
control.
guys.
I'm taking.
Sorry,
I
I
am
fucking
grabbing the
cut you off,
reins.
man. Sorry.
Right. Everyone, quiet. All right, so we're gonna go around the horn. The way that we're gonna do this, we're gonna start with Zenith. Then we're gonna go
I'm
to
just gonna
Nate.
mute my mic.
Then we're gonna go to Brendan. We're gonna go to Brendan. Then we'll go to Sheep, and then we'll finish it off with the professor, and then I will close us out. But Mr. Zenith, what's going on in the near future with you and everything that you're doing, and where can the folks find you? Ready, set, go. And everyone,
Folks,
that's
you
the same
can-
question.
Folks, thank you for tuning in. You can find me at Zenith DI on Instagram and Twitter, as well as the more well-known page that I've been running, which is Hexaco Space Force on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We are doing book club every Friday now because Will told me I read too slow for every other week, so now we're doing it every week. This week, it is Will's host. We are doing Sci-Vive Chapter 1. 2 weeks ago, Will covered the intro to Sci-Vive. There's a lot of information. By the way, this is the Richard Hart book. There's a PDF version that's available free online, and there's also a fantastic version that is audiobook narrated by a Wild SJ. Shout out to her in the chat. Yes, she even took voice acting lessons to redo the thing and make it even better. So that is what we are doing this Friday. The next Friday after that, March 29th, we have invited the Captain RG3 on to talk about Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. That was a recommendation that he gave to us. We are very, very thankful for him and coming on the show, as well as just being a fantastic mentor for us. So that is what we have going on. Other than that, we did just confirm we have coffee, crypto coffee for Wednesday next week, and this Sunday we are talking everything from SEC lawsuits to the Fed meeting, as well as any other news stories that pop up between now and Sunday. And there's probably even going to be a TA segment talking about a possible 60-day cycle low, and everything has been going on ever since we hit Bitcoin all-time highs and what that has done to the market. That is what we got going on. Nate.
Well,
Good sir.
you can go ahead and find. Wait, what? Yeah, so you can find me at the Ascending Man. I do have my own show. As of right now, it's kind of put on the shelf simply because there are so many changes happening to the DJ Roundtable right now. DJ Roundtable is my number one priority. And so, I'm just kind of like, let's just, keep off of that for now until, things settle down a little bit. But yes, I am starting to take consultations. In fact, not starting, I am. I'm in the middle of it. And yeah, it's just about every single day. Somebody is hopping on with me. Most of the time, for the majority of people out there, it's like you've just now gotten back into the crypto marketplace and you realize, oh no, things are popping off everywhere. What do I do? And you don't really know what to do. So I can help you out with that. I can definitely get you into things that will make sure that you're not going to be completely losing money and or getting scammed this crypto cycle, because that happened to me the last bull market. I do not want that to happen to anybody else ever. So I do the best that I possibly can to put you in the best possible situation to at least make some money. And the majority, I would say, it's going to be right around a 10x on your portfolio. I would say that's going to be more than likely minimum, if not, depending on how much further out we're going. When you get involved with me, maybe a 5x, which part of the thesis is I am looking at alts right now, and I am looking to see when we are going to have a severe drop in the price of alts, where you would see your portfolio be way up here, and then all of a sudden it's way down here within a month, and you're like, what happened? That's the time to buy, guys. And so I'm going to be kind of going over that, and I'm doing a little bit of charting myself, which is kind of wild because I don't do charting, but I do know. I know when things kind of connect, and when I see a chart and I'm seeing these patterns arising per cycle, I'm like, maybe that's something we need to look at. And then I go over to like Jay and Niles and have them actually do the charting for me. So anyways, that is me. Brendan, what's going on, bro?
Well, it's a fun show. It's been a while since I've been on a Whiskey Wednesday, and I happen to have pulled out quite a bit of whiskey for this Wednesday, which is nice. I don't know if you guys know, but when I was in Ireland, I was actually able to blend my own whiskey, and that was phenomenal. I did not drink that tonight because it's far too precious and far too delicious. But Jameson and the OG Tullamore Dew are two of my go-tos for just some cheap, delicious whiskey on a Whiskey Wednesday. That being said,
Jameson is amazing. It's delicious, by the way.
What is?
Jameson.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That being said, I will be hosting this Sunday the DGen Roundtable, and there is a ton of content to go through. I mean, the news in crypto this week has just been unbelievable. Between the SEC, Gary Gensler, Ethereum maybe going to court. We have the FOMC meeting. We have a whole bunch of unique crypto content to talk about and get you up to speed on what's happening inside the markets. So definitely tune in this Wednesday and join our Telegram, like our videos, subscribe to our channel. We've just been overblown by kindness with everybody in, every big influencer and Pulse chain within different communities. We spoke at the Cardano conference in Miami this year in person. We've just been embraced by a lot of communities in a short period of time. And I think that we were really trying to put out a lot of content to help people. And I think that people appreciate that. So if you find our content valuable, join our Telegram. And, we're just continuing to try to build relationships within the communities and within different spaces to bring more positivity to the market, to help people improve upon themselves, not just financially, but physically, mentally, and spiritually. And, so I'll be covering this Sunday, and then the following Sunday is Easter. So next weekend I will be hard off because I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. But really excited about what we're doing. And Will, thank you for taking the reins tonight, buddy. DGen Protocol, Professor, thank you guys for hopping on. We love having some guests on our Whiskey Wednesdays, and glad that you guys had some fun and participated in some of the libations. So it's gonna be a fun week.
Absolutely. Mr. Crypto Black Sheep, where can the folks find you, and what do you got going on in the near future?
Yeah, well, we're just building. We got our community project on dgenprotocol.io. We also have our community Telegram, which we're in the voice chat all day long at on Telegram, DGen_protocol, and then you can obviously find my crazy shorts and all that out there at x.com. DGen, it's DGen and 2 underscores on X. So 1 underscore for the Telegram, 2 underscores for the X. Yep. And then my
links in the chat.
YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Crypto Black Sheep. / Crypto Black Sheep. Just like that. Yep. There you go. It's
And then
it's been a
there is
pleasure to be on here,
also
man.
a
Like twice
Facebook.
now, and you guys are really cool dudes. Like I literally I'll be here every Whiskey Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to be here. So
Hell yeah,
just
bro.
let me know.
By the way, Black
We'll be
Sheep,
putting
you
out those,
stream every day at 4:20
And it's-
Pacific Standard Time, right?
Yeah, 4:20 p.m. every day. I've done them 1,480 days in a row. 1,400.
Beautiful.
Holy shit! What was today's? Today's was 1,400.
28.
Yeah, 20. Was it 28?
You had it on
Yeah,
your.
yeah.
You had it on the thing earlier. I looked at it briefly. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
And
No, sorry. 1,248. Yep,
Damn, 48. That was close.
in a row. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's a
This is my
lot
life,
of
you know,
fucking days,
I've
my
I've
guy.
just
Oh,
kinda made
snap.
this-
We got Crispy in the chat.
Yeah, I walked away from my day job like 3 years ago, 3 years and some change, and I've never looked back, man. I love what I do, and our community's making a lot of money thanks to this guy right here. He's done a lot for us, and I put him on a pedestal because he's one of the most amazing technical analysts that I know, and I guess we'll just pass the torch off to him. I've said enough.
Mm.
Get it?
Yeah,
Unmute
so
yourself,
Professor Know It All,
Nate.
what do you got going on? Yeah, what do you
Uh,
got going on in the near future, and where can folks find you? I'm about to drop your YouTube in the chats, but anything else other than that?
No, my whole goal for this cycle was to try to change 1 million people's lives. I know that's a big number. You know, and my whole thing is I'm not really like good with the marketing stuff, and like I'm just kind of I cocoon myself onto charts, and you know, I do still keep a day job too because I need that stability. Because trading can be you know, especially with the longer term time frames, you know, you could go through a lot of swings. But hopefully after this cycle, I won't need a day job. And my wife will be pretty happy about that. Because I do have another little one on the way. So that's happening in June.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I have a 1.5-year-old right now, and we're gonna have a baby girl. So it should be a nice little family. So yeah,
Outstanding.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, my goal is just to continue doing what I'm doing, help people help them change their lives, learning about the charts. Because I think, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, the charts aren't, you know, everyone reads the news. And to be fair, the news is good to have an idea about what might transpire on the chart, but really the chart is going to tell you what the news is going to be. So for me, I'm just a chart guy, and I love what I do here. I've just been doing it a long time, and I'm just going to continue doing it, man. I think this is my passion. I've just spent a lot of time doing it, and I'm to the point where it's I can come on a show like this and just drop a bunch of shenanigans, and people either appreciate or not appreciate. But you know, I'm very non-biased about what I do, and
Yep.
I try to keep it real. That's all.
Hell
That's
yeah,
excellent, bro.
that's
Well, we
awesome.
wanna-
Actually, that's a
I
lot
also
of like
forgot-
what we do here, because we have our own we have our own couple of chart guys as well, but there's a good mix with the DGen Roundtable of like, you know, different specialties where we're able to kind of just combine it all together. So yeah, no, that's a great thing.
That's awesome. I also forgot to add one thing that for tomorrow's stream, I do have another special guest, RH Max.
Yes.
Another cool dude I met in
Oh,
Vegas.
snap.
And yeah, we're gonna have him on our live stream tomorrow night. Yeah, that was all. I just wanted to add that.
Hey, Chris, real quick, what was that
Yeah.
pulse chain aggregator that we used the other night to get the loan
Oh.
USDL?
Petus,
Pateas?
right?
Yeah, Petus.
Yeah,
How do you spell that?
P-I-T-S, yeah.
Right.
P-I-T-E-A-S.
Yeah, I like to pronounce it Pateas just because it's. I will go ahead
Pateas.
and drop it in the Pateas, yeah, so it doesn't sound like, you know.
Potatoes,
body
potatoes,
parts.
potato. I don't know what the hell it's called, but
So
I'm dropping it.
Yeah,
I'll drop
yeah,
it in.
putting it in the private chats and in the
Do you
public
have it?
chats.
app.Pateas. Yeah. So I'm actually rolling all my USDL right now back into Wrap Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing.
I might have just bought some already since we even before we finished stream.
awesome. Yeah,
I
right.
might have had.
Good job.
I might have
You're
been sitting on some.
Well, you saw
Some
it. You
copy
see the
paste
charts. The charts don't
Bitcoin.
lie.
If you see a big pump candle, you know who just came back in. All right.
Mhm.
The charts don't lie.
There you go. Excellent. Alrighty. Hey, well, listen up, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us.
Hey,
my
Will,
my
I'm gonna jump in
fantastic
here real
bar
quick.
hopper.
Thank you
Oh,
for having me.
do it,
I
Zenith.
did want to give a shout out to our good friend Crispy Man. By the way, he did just relaunch hexfire.io, And I gotta say, this profile pic that he has in this account is the best one yet. That is a beautiful 80s porn star mustache. Pull
Oh
it
my
up full screen if
goodness.
you get a chance.
I love it.
It's
Hang on,
phenomenal.
I can't.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it, Crispy.
Oh my
Good guy.
gloriness!
Crispy's a
That
friend of
is
many
a-
people in the Pulse Chain sphere, and we appreciate everything he does greatly.
Yeah,
So shout
it's
out to you,
cool, man.
brother.
Shout out from
Mustache
Black
is
Sheep.
the only part of the beard I don't have right now. That's excellent. Good shit, Crispy. I fucking love to see it, bro. That is excellent. Oh, that is so beautiful. All right, so I want to thank all the panel. Thank you guys for joining. I want to thank all the community. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. You guys can find me at Linktree.
Oh, you can't get rid of me now.
Oh yeah, you're stuck with us, bro. You are stuck with us. The DJ's got to
I
stick
have
around
joined
together.
the DGen cult. Let's do it.
Yep, excellent. All right, so you guys,
We
if
are
you
the
guys wish to
DJs.
find me. If you guys wish to find me, you can find me at Linktree/Will Stevens. And if you guys want to join the DGen Roundtable community, as Brennan was saying it earlier, scan that QR code at the bottom of the screen, or go up to your URL at the top of your web page or whatever. Type in bit.ly/degenerate_roundtable, or you can scroll down to the description below and you can click on the link in there. It's an invite link into our Telegram. It is free for now. It is not always going to be free. Go ahead and join that while you want. If you guys are Hexicans and you wish to meet other Hexicans, then what you can do is you can go to t.me/hex_meetup. It's a little Telegram room that I made for Hexicans to go and organize their own little meetups. So that way you guys can go and like hang out at the bar or chill with other people or do anything of that sort. You guys can organize your own meetups. You don't have to wait for SJ and KSB TV.
RG3?
You don't have to wait for these Hexicans to go and organize all these crazy meetups. Another thing that I've made that I haven't shout out in a long time is the Crypto Bro services. So if you guys have a job in the real world and you love doing what you do, like say you're a carpenter, or say you make jewelry, or say you create alcohol, and you want to do business with other cryptocurrency minded peoples, then what you got to do is you got to go to bit.ly/crypto_bro_services. And that will take you to an Excel spreadsheet. It's nothing fancy. It's just an Excel spreadsheet that I put together of all my crypto friends and all the crypto people I know that all do all sorts of cool crypto things, right? So if you're an accountant, if you're a tax prep guy, if you're a dude that owns a moving truck company, if you're a guy who, like, I don't know, fucking does whatever, then you guys go to bit.ly/crypto_bro_services, and you can do business with other crypto people, right? That's another thing that you guys can do. Other than that, you guys know where to find us. We're right here streaming every Wednesday, every Friday, every Sunday. Well, not every Wednesday and Friday, but most every Wednesday and most every Friday. And then every single Sunday, we stream at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Shit, I don't remember the UTC times. I'll have to get back to those later. But you guys can find us here streaming at the DGen Roundtable. And we want to thank you guys for spending your time with us. Mrs. Producer, go ahead, get that trigger figure ready, because we're about to end the show. We want to thank you guys for spending your time with us, because we know that your time is your most valuable asset, to quote Agent Jay Schroth, our resident TA analyst from Walmart. And with that, we want to remind you guys to DGen responsibly.